What's up, Twisted Ten? How are you? Welcome. I know I see you over in Babel stream. This is my first time seeing you comment here, though, that I'm aware of, I believe. But how are you? I thought I'd just pop in and check on everyone since I haven't went live for, like 2 days? I hope everyone is well. Kind of just wanted to have a conversation. Hi, Princess Megan Elsa. Hey, Mr. Fusion. Let me throw the link out there for you guys because it's really just like an open panel thing for everybody to come in and, talk. Whatever's on your mind, get it out. All right. I'm doing good. Everyone is welcome to come up on panel. See, where have you been? Yes, where have you been, Fusion? Come up on my panel. Let's discuss. I need to get caught up just a little bit because I heard last night there was a lot to unpack. Let's see here. I worked on oh my gosh, work, and then Sadie's birthday coming up, cheerleading, and then all these sleepovers, and my mom lives like 2 hours away now. So much. See, hard for me to keep up on the weekends, but you do good, Mr. Fusion. We adore you. I adore all of you, actually. I'm a very lovey person, if you all haven't figured it out by now. I don't know, I've always been this way, but the thing about that, so I have the most loving, caring heart that ever could and would be. But if you hurt someone that I love or go after someone that I love and care about, I just lose it, I think most people are that way, though. But then again, we have to hold ourselves accountable for things. And so like the other night, thank you so much, Princess Megan Elsa. I appreciate that. You're sweet, and I adore you. But yeah, so the other night, I kind of felt bad about a few things, It felt kind of like reminiscent of the way my live streams would be when we would hang out. Like, my live was the place for everyone to come and unpack everything they had on their hearts and minds. And that's a good thing. It's good, just like this now. But I felt like I may have gotten carried away with things, and it's okay. I mean, it's being like based on something so disgusting, and it's okay to joke and have humor and things. But I like to be told, if I've went over the line, like remind me. See, hey girl, I love you and Babel getting together. Oh, thank you. Missing and oh my God. Unidentified. Took me a minute. My brain was like, what is this word? Oh, it's been a long day. I'm going to put the link back out. Mr. Fusion, if you are working or busy, I get it. But I would love to have you on. And let's see here. Let me post this. So this will probably be like a really small live stream. It probably won't be very long either. I didn't have it planned at all. And I have OCD. So I usually have everything planned out, and like I meticulously message myself like the different links that I need to go over. If there's any other creators in here, do you do that? I'm curious. See, last night was my last night. I'll come up. Oh, thank you, Mr. Fusion. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you've got a few days off now. That's always good. It's hard to juggle everything, especially with the channel and everything that's been going on, and trying to, I don't know, balance things out. Okay, Chris Neville. I'm going to bring you up. Just be a good boy, please. Add to stream. Welcome. Let me turn the music off. It's kind of there we go. How are you? You're muted. It should be down at the bottom. You'll see the microphone, and it should be red. Click that button. Let me see here. Hang on. I can't do it. I would do it for you if it would let me. Hang on. Okay, I hope you come back up. You're welcome, and I'm glad that you come on. I'm using my cell phone tonight, so it depends on whether you're on a computer or on a mobile device. Let me put it back out there for you guys. Do 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 do. There we go. Anyhow, so last night on Babel Stream, the gentleman who has the guitar that was signed by Ryan Upchurch, it was said that he met him while he was on vacation. And apparently he had told Ryan that my phone won't work. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. Well, what it was, you were just muted. If you want to try it again, I'm down. Um, and if you're on your phone, it should be down at the bottom. And you just, when the mic shows that it's muted, just click it. All right, we got Mr. Fusion. Add to stream. Hey, how are you?
I'm good, Brittany. How are you?
I am doing wonderfully. It's a pretty small room tonight. I didn't do any type of advertisement or anything for tonight's live. I wasn't even planning on doing it.
Well, sometimes spontaneous lives are nice.
Yeah, and they turn out really good usually.
I know you were saying before that you kind of like to be meticulous in your OCD. I'm the
Yeah,
same way, but I like to do it off the hip. I think to
it's
me
good.
yeah, it's a little bit more natural that way.
It is.
For
Less
for me, for
nerves.
me, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I got OCD really bad too. So,
It's awful, isn't it? I'm like
oh
this
yeah,
with weird things. My husband gets really mad at me at red lights, though. They're the worst for me. Counting
oh
them
yeah.
and like flickering my headlights 5 times. It's just stupid shit.
Yeah, see,
uh,
like I don't do like the doorknob turning or anything like that, but like when I'm at my desk, things have to be in a certain spot or it drives me batshit crazy.
Yeah, and you might do it without even realizing. I know I did, and then like he just picks at everything little thing because he's got that thing in him. So I've noticed over the last almost 20 years, I know about everything I do that annoys him. Oh God. Um, I don't do like the doorknobs either, but like I really do. Like I'm really bad. I don't know what it is about red lights. I guess it's my like inability to be completely patient when I'm waiting on a red light to change.
Right?
And I
Yeah.
figured out how to like you pull up, back up 2 times, and then you flash your lights 5 times, and
Five. Yep.
it speeds the light up. It really works. I'm not even playing.
I'm kind of the same way. Like if I'm sitting at a stoplight in the middle of the night and there's no traffic coming, 'cause I think they switch over to like a sensor at night or something,
Yeah,
something different than during the day. There's not a
the
pattern at
light
night. So
reflection. It
yeah,
like
yeah. So I'll sit there and flash my lights. I'm like, come on, I know you're gonna change. Come on.
yes, I do it in the daytime too, though. That's how like weird I am, thinking it's going to help.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, thank you. So, what did I miss last night? Like as far as
Oh Lord.
and I don't want to call
So,
him guitar guy, but I also don't know if he wants any other thing to be called. So,
yeah, that's
so
how
guitar
I.
guy.
Do you know who Mike 12 Point is?
Um, I'm not sure. Maybe.
Okay, so Mike 12 Point was a big figure in the whole Johnny Gobble Ryan Upchurch saga.
Okay.
So Mike 12 Point has gone to the Ghost Ranch and actually hung out with Ryan before.
Right.
So Babel went live last night, and he was doing his usual thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike 12 Point went live and started. He was watching Babel stream and he was talking about it, and he was really upset about the guitar, the whole guitar thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so he was going off and saying, well, Ryan never said that he sold it. He just said that he reached out about auctioning it.
Making
And
excuses.
yeah, so Beachside went over there to Mike's chat and tried to get him to bring him up on panel so he could explain his side of things, but Mike wouldn't do it. So he got pissed and went over to Babel's and got up on panel, and he basically was sick of everybody saying that he was trying to sell it and get money out of it and this and that.
Right.
And finally, he had enough of the people in chat and Mike 12 Point talking shit on his live stream, and he brought the guitar out and wiped it completely clean.
That's
Took care of
crazy.
I took everything off of it.
Could you imagine the fans of Ryan like dying inside watching that?
Oh man, Mike
Oh
told Papa
God.
that he was gonna cry on stream. He was so mad.
I would say, I had heard that story and like, so I had told it wrong, but that was how I'd heard everyone at that time telling it was that he needed to do it for his son, which is, or his kid, daughter or son. That's how I thought about it. But regardless, he went about it in the right. Hey, Cambry, welcome. I feel like he went about it in the right way. He even tried to contact him, not like he needed to or had to or anything, you
Right.
know?
Well, he's actually doing an interview on another channel tonight. Actually, I think it probably might be starting here in a minute. But
Yeah, he
um,
messaged me today, I want to say, and was talking to me about everything, but I still didn't really get a good grasp of what exactly had happened.
yeah, we talked on the phone for about an hour today too when I got off work.
He's a
And it
nice guy.
explained he is a nice guy, and I think he got a really bad deal. I think Ryan used it for, and this is a weird thing,
Another
is
deflection.
yes, and he used it for sympathy points because he
Mm-hmm.
knew he was getting a lot of heat from the whole Zama thing.
Yep.
And B side thinks so too. He's like he's had this in his back pocket for 4 months, never spoke on it until now.
Yeah, what's next?
Right. So
Because
yeah, Brian is definitely using it for sympathy points to try to get people back on his side.
mm-hmm. So he's trashed. Like, if we just looked at the pattern, just in the Kylie Rodney situation and was anime. um he's went after several other innocent people, like, or maybe, well, they're innocent to this, but he brought them
Right.
into the limelight of it so it would take away from what he has done with the Kylie situation. And
Yep.
anytime, like, I put that video up showing, this is how he did it, this is how he said it, with no remorse, like, put it out there, and then I'm all like, they're all just shut up, be quiet, this, he already fixed this. No, he has not apologized to anyone or done anything to fix anything. He's
And
just,
I don't think he will.
no, he won't. He will not. And I think that's his ego and that part of him, that God complex, that it like completely makes it to where he is incapable of caring about other people and doing the right thing, because his ego will not allow the man to. I don't believe it will.
Right. And I was telling Guitar Guy the same thing today. He's like, all I want is an apology, for what he said, because what he said wasn't true. I mean, half
Yeah,
true. I mean, yeah, he wanted to auction it off, but he wanted to auction off for a charity.
that's
He
like a
wanted, he
good
wanted,
thing.
yeah, he was afraid something was going to happen to the guitar, like, you know, an accident could happen in the house, or somebody was going to stalk him and try to steal it,
Yeah.
and he wanted another fan to appreciate it, and he wanted to do something good. And, Brian totally misconstrued that and blew it way out of proportion.
Mm-hmm.
And now all crack squad is attacking him for it. Well, now they don't have anything to attack him about now.
Yeah, I mean, he's done, took it off there. There's nothing to debate about. Yeah.
Right. And Mike 12 Point, he was crying so bad last night. He's like, "Oh, give it to me. Give
Oh
me
my
the guitar."
God.
I'm like, that's all you want. You don't care about the story. You don't care about what happened with this guy. All you want is the fucking guitar. And I'm sure when he went to Ghost Ranch, I'm sure Ryan signed something for him. I mean, come on.
Absolutely. He just wants
Come
it to
on.
sell it, probably.
Maybe.
Honestly.
Maybe. I like,
I mean,
look,
that's just me assuming. So,
I like Mike 12 Point, and I've talked to him behind the scenes a little bit, not much, but he's a good guy. But I don't agree with him with this part of it, and that's
right.
okay. We don't have to always
Yeah,
agree.
no, we don't. We do not. Like we're able to have conversations and we don't agree on everything.
Right.
It's because we're adults and we have feelings for one another and care. We don't just want to fucking ruin, like, I don't want to just ruin your birthday and shit all over your cake.
Yeah. Oh, hey, one other thing. Did you see that Johnny Gobble made a video about Psycho Babble's dead son this morning?
He did not. I'm
He did.
telling you, let me tell you about Johnny Gobble. I know Johnny Gobble, like, personally from where I worked at the jail, right? I never
Right.
had to sign any papers stating that I would not discuss anything that I knew or anything like that. Never have I ever. And like, I worked at a regional jail. We housed 8 different counties, but it was located in Paintsville. So, the Paintsville cops, they were always rolling in with the same people. It's just how it
Sure.
is. I'm not saying that he's doing that now. He may have really straightened up his life. I'm not working there right now. But I can tell you it wasn't very long ago that I did work there and he was still coming in. Um, so I know things about him and who he is and how he is. And I can tell you he's not a reliable source and not a good person. And I cannot believe that. I really can't believe that his mom was on that panel, because to me that signifies that they're scared. Like they know that they've fucked up. Like they're trying to get one of the people that Ryan has harassed and shit on their side. And Johnny's the easiest one, because that's all
Hmm.
he ever wanted, was to be close to them.
Oh yeah. Even before all this started at the beginning of the year, there you can go back on his old Instagram, and there was probably a year and a half or 2 years worth of him trying to get close to Ryan, like just fanboying out.
Mm-hmm.
So this has been going on for a long time. And
Yeah.
Johnny, I mean, Brian knew of Johnny even before this whole internet beef thing happened, because in one of the stories Johnny tells, um, he was in a live chat, and I think it was when Ryan kicked Ripta and his wife out, or his girlfriend at the time, and Johnny tried to get. He was talking to Ryan in a live chat saying, "Hey, I'll come work at Ghost Ranch," and Ryan blocked him, and that's kind of what set him off. And then
Mm-hmm.
the whole Redneck Nation thing happened. So I mean, this has been happening for a long time. But he got a lot of heat from that video today, and he took it down. And he made another video. He's like, Psychobabble. He's like, I'm going to take that video down. But he was trying to imply that Psychobabble loved or was mad because his life went differently. And it was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting.
It's ridiculous. Listen, I'm telling you, there's nothing above him. Like he will do anything for attention and stuff. Like, okay, so how did the whole thing go from hate to love anyway? Well, like I was saying, right now, like the pattern is coming out. This has been going on now for a while. Like I noticed red flags whenever he started going after that heavy duty country or whatever. I started telling Eric, I was like, dude, he's arguing with a lot of people and causing a lot of fights, and he's got a lot of allegations on him recently, and that's not ever good. That's a sign. That's a big sign that something's wrong. And if anybody loves him and cares about him and they're hearing this, maybe they really should have a serious conversation with him and try to be as, I don't know how you would even have to go. Like he's just not willing to hear anything he doesn't want to hear because he thinks he's so big he doesn't have to. And
Right.
that's a problem. Like no matter how popular you get, no matter how famous you get, you have to have people around you to hold you accountable. Like I was
Yep.
saying, when I was in that live with Psychobabble the other night, I got carried away. And so I like tonight I held myself back some, because we're all human beings, and when we get together sometimes, you know, we may say something that we don't necessarily mean or something, right? But he don't want that. He does not want anyone to ever say anything about what he's done and it being wronged in any kind of way. Well, Johnny always just wanted his attention, right? And that so that was Johnny's fault for doing that. However, Ryan is bigger than Johnny. Ryan is a normal person really deep down. You know what I'm saying? Like Johnny, he I don't want to put it in a bad way, but he's burnt a lot of brain cells. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And it felt kind of disgusting to me to see that he was even entertaining Johnny, because I know who Johnny is, and that's pretty low. But I found it funny at first, and because I know how Johnny is. Then afterwards, after I started looking at the bigger picture and the patterns and stuff, I was like, well, he's a victim too. But look at this, how pitiful. He just sucks right back up because that's what he wanted. He wanted to be in with them, and now he gets it because Ryan had to have some turnover. He can't just have all these people looking like victims.
Right.
So
Yep.
I hope I
I agree.
explained that. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. I don't know how. I know. Wait, let me go back. I know she's asking about how it went from love or hate to love with Johnny. I don't know how they switched it around, because it was never made public. Because it was like one day after Johnny came back online after his court order was done, he was still talking about Ryan and trying to move on. And Ryan made a couple more videos, and then all of a sudden everything went dark, and then bam, they're best friends. It's weird.
It
Something happened behind the scenes.
it's very strategic. Like I was saying, Ryan may not have a PR person, but he does his own style of PR. Like the
Mm-hmm.
way he does things, it's not like a normal person would normally do things. And it works for him normally. But
I honestly think. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt
No, go for it.
I honestly think some of it was staged.
Yeah.
That's what I really
With
think.
Johnny, yeah.
Hmm.
It does
Yeah.
feel that way, especially like the going to paint. Yeah, when he was in paint school. I talked to somebody who told me that things were not as they were on YouTube.
Well,
I talked to the cops, so
here's my theory. I think up until the point where he stopped going online, it was real. And then when he got court ordered to stay offline for a month, I think behind the scenes, him and Ryan started talking, and I think they made a deal to keep up appearances for just a little bit longer and
because of
then
the
switch it
views
out.
and the people talking about it, yeah, the stir that it
Hmm.
caused.
Right.
Like Ryan's fan base went insane over Dag Nabbit. Like it was a thing. All of us actually. Well, for me, it was just because I know him, and I don't know. I guess that's weird, but it was entertaining, and I feel bad now in a way. But then again, looking at the way this boy is behaving, it disgusts me. And then going after psychobabble like that for what reason? Oh, so he could get views and stuff, and that's exactly why.
Well, I think Nicole Arbor. I think they threw a wrench in the plan
Mm-hmm.
because I think they had a plan after Johnny came back online, and then Nicole
Nicole.
Arbor dropped her shit, and I think that
Mm-hmm.
kind of threw a wrench in their plans a little bit.
Did you see his reaction that day when he was in the garage and he had gotten notice of the new lawsuit?
Hmm.
Oh, it just it's like looking back now, it makes my stomach twist in millions of knots because it's anime,
Oh yeah.
and I believe full heartedly that he's freaking his shit and doing all this stuff because I think maybe this lawsuit she may have some gumption behind it. I don't know. This is just me, but ever since that day, it's gotten like really dark, like really bad.
Right.
Not just playful fun, like really bad.
Well, for everybody in the chat that doesn't know me, I built my channel off of the Johnny Gobble situation. That's how I
Right.
built my channel. And
I didn't know that
you know,
until the other day. By the way.
yeah, looking back, I see things a little bit differently now. Just looking at the present and then looking back, like some of the things that happened and are happening now, I don't know. It's just there's
Red
too
flags,
many.
son.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And the whole like, I made videos about when the Nicole Arbor thing happened with Ryan. I made videos about it. I was
Supporting
completely,
him.
yes, I was completely on his side.
I supported him
And
too, dog.
I've got a short that's got like I don't know how many views on it anyway about Nicole being a liar. And looking back at it, looking at the video that she put out with her
I
in the studio
contacted
with
her.
Ryan. Oh, really?
Yep. Can't discuss now, but maybe later.
That'd be interesting to hear. But I think she's got a case. Looking back at the video she dropped with her and Ryan in the studio and
She
them making the
does.
song together,
Well,
I'm like,
Johnny Cashville. Look at that.
right, exactly.
Uh, let's see. That stinks, Twisted. I just started listening and I liked it, but then saw all the crazy stuff in the music makes me cringe now. It does me too. Like I feel weird. Really, it's not the music that bothers. Like it's not the music, but his content, like his other videos. I can't watch them anymore and feel the way I did before. Does that make sense? I don't know if you feel that way, Mr. Fusion, but I do. Like before, I thought he was a different person, and when I watched the content, I thought he was being quirky and different. I don't know, different than what I've seen now.
Yeah.
Like his long
Yes.
form content is like made me really feel weird about him.
I know what it is. I know it when he was making the videos, it seemed genuine. And
Mm-hmm.
now looking back, it seems like some
Fake.
of it was staged. Yeah, fake.
Yeah. He
Exactly.
knew what to say to make us all puddle up in his hands. Like we all
Mm.
love somebody who's big like that and seems so humble. But then, oh, Sue Daddy, blah, oh my God. Ooh. And then when he called Zanime even though I was believing his stuff at that time, when he called her that, like, and did that on time, it made me like, ooh. So that's where I guess it really started deep down.
Yeah. Yep. It's all a little weird and just too, I don't know, too staged.
Mm-hmm.
Now looking back.
Yeah. And like this is definitely like this whole Kylie Rodney stuff. Like he was really on that shit. Like he really meant everything he was going on about up until the point he made that Kylie Rodney's fake video. That was a way to cover his ass to pretend like he was just doing that same thing the whole time.
Well, Brittany, don't you think it's kind of weird that now? Okay, so let's take a step back.
Okay.
So Tony Dodge, Zanime, Ryan up for happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all these other people start talking about Zanime. They think she's got something going on with everything. Ryan's going up on all these panels. Everybody's making these
A
videos.
friggin'
Everybody's
tour.
talking about it. Yeah. And now that Ryan isn't saying anything, nobody is saying anything.
And they're scared because they are getting lawsuits. I know. I've spoke to a couple of the creators and whatnot, and that, yeah, I wonder if that's what's causing it. And then also, I believe there really was a 10-day suspension because that day was when two videos, they were emailed to a person saying they were, removed or whatever because of the content and stuff. And then like Straight Shooting, for example, over there, all of his videos with Ryan were taken down for like
Yep.
harassment and misinformation.
Misinformation. Yep.
Yeah. And then let's see, what else was it? Oh shoot, my brain. Um, I don't know, but just all this stuff's going on. And like, for example, that one dude, Power Stroke, making his "I'm sorry" video, Patrick being in the comments like, "Oh, I'm sorry," because they really done something terrible to a girl who does not deserve it. Like, I know you talk to Zanime as well, and I talk to her every day. Like today, she contacted me when I should have been the one contacting her first, and I meant to. But Sadie called me at like 8 o'clock this morning, sick from a sleepover and just all this stuff, and I didn't get around to it before she got around to me. But she is a good friend, man. I mean, even from getting to know her from this, like she keeps up with me and checks in on me, and like I can't believe something like that happened to somebody like her. It's
Right.
awful.
It is awful.
I mean, I know that sounds crazy to say. Nobody deserves that kind of shit. Nobody does. I've been through it myself. But it's so weird. I guess I've just always been this way, but feel more like I would deserve it more than her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wish I
know
could
how you
take it
feel.
for her.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's like that motherly and fatherly instinct comes out in us. It's like you don't want to see your kids hurt. You rather something happen to you than your kids, or you take their
Absolutely.
pain. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like,
But yeah, I agree. I think he did get a suspension. I really do.
mm-hmm. Let's see. I got 2 emails of Ryan's videos being restricted that I reported. See, oh my gosh. So a bunch of people probably got the emails. Yeah. It takes
Well,
an
that
army. It's sad. And I would never tell anyone to go do anything like that because that's what he does and I'm against it. But you know what's wrong when you see it and you know when to report things, right? Everybody does. But yeah, let's see. So they said they got an email as well. I thought only like the one person. I figured, that they got it. So
well, the restricted emails that you got twisted were probably because his videos got age restricted.
let's see. Do you
That's
think
probably
Patrick
what
was
it is.
serious or just wanting to get? I think that he's scared because he literally is looking at possibly 5 years and $250,000 fine. That ain't no joke. It's a
Now,
serious offense.
what is the Patrick thing? Because I haven't kept up with everything.
So
So
Psychobabble, remember him say, which I don't know if I consider it doxing. I really don't because these people were full force out here on their YouTubes talking about her and exposing all of her information. So it's not like people couldn't find out who it was doing it, right?
right.
Well, apparently, Psychobabble, when he done his little investigation into who was the people behind Doxing's anime, this Patrick
Hmm.
Patterson was the one person who got her information, gave it to Ryan and that Power Stroke or whatever, and then Power Stroke exposed it live. Um, and anyways, he was in the comments apologizing when I first got on, and I didn't know what he was apologizing for. I just thought it was like, like us for thinking she done something she didn't do and then realizing it, and that's what I thought. So I was like, yeah, I'll give her your apology. Well, then as the live went on and Psychobabble started explaining things, and he explained who Patrick Patterson is. Then I found out what he had done and why he was apologizing. He's apologizing because he knows his ass is in fucking hot water, like actually. Like they're all in trouble. They're all going to be in big trouble. I mean, we've told everybody this, but I just kept getting replies like, "Oh, nope, he's still there. You're wrong. He ain't never going to have to take accountability." Well, people are taking accountability. It'll just take the longest for him to take accountability
Right.
because of
Well,
his
yeah.
fame.
I mean, consequences have actions, and I've heard a couple of people over the weekend say, "Well," and like Kurt said yesterday on because he went up on Battle's panel. He's like, "Well, that was my opinion." Well, some of it wasn't opinion. Some of it you were stating like it was actual fact. And when you talk about things in a factual manner instead of saying, "Well, that's my opinion," that has two totally different weights
Yeah.
to people.
And that's how they went about it. Like saying
Mm.
she did this. He did
Right,
this.
exactly.
It Good Mel did this. I absolutely have grown so much respect for that man for how he stood up for his community and the people that helped him with his channel, Zanime.
Definitely.
And I don't really know the whole Ronnie situation. I still do feel kind of weird about him, but just because I know Zanime, and all that, I'd say it's the same situation. I don't know
Right.
for sure. I've never spoken. Ronnie's the only person in all of this, only victim of Ryan's that I have not spoke to. Um, but Icked Mail, like, I don't know. I just feel he done the right thing, and like that's what I would do for my supporters. Put my neck on the limb for them.
Yeah, for sure. Hi, Mia.
Oh,
Mia's one of my.
hi
She's my
Mia,
homegirl.
welcome.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I wanted to read this up here. I didn't want to glide over it. I'm sorry, missing and I didn't unidentified. I didn't read this a second ago, but they said, "Oh, me too. My heart broke. I was bullied growing up. I can't imagine how it feels on that level. It's awful. I've never had it on her the level she did, but actually, I don't know. It wasn't by somebody so famous, but the things they done to me were absolutely morbid because they done things towards my child. They literally threatened to put my daughter's face up on a bad site. And then when I finally decided that enough was enough and they kept doing it and threatening it enough, I spoke about it on my channel. Well, they had like planted mods in my group, like that was their people. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought they were my mods, like trustworthy, all that. Well, no, they would comment stuff in our Facebook chat, and then when I went back to get the evidence, like to show, it was gone. They had deleted their comments or whatever, right? I looked and looked and looked to try and make it look like I would lie about something like that. Well, it came out in the long run. Somebody ended up having to screenshot, and there was so much more to it, like what they were doing and what they were claiming and how they like smeared me and ruined my channel. Like they hacked all my stuff because I'd hired another YouTuber that I'd helped grow to like kind of be like my management, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
And so they had access to all of my stuff. I no longer can access the email to that account. The channel was taken down. I wasn't banned though because they finally figured out, that it came from an outside source, not my IP address, the stuff that was done. But I even on this channel, I had this channel back then and it was connected to the AdSense to the other channel. I know this is
Right.
a big mess, but so since that happened to that channel and that AdSense is the AdSense connected to this account. So they're still trying to fix it for me, still yet.
Wow.
But the
That's
error code
crazy.
on it is so fucked up that they don't even like it because my AdSense says there's nothing wrong, but then on YouTube it shows there is.
That's crazy.
It really is. Like the things that people can do is insane if they want to. And I didn't have the money for VPNs and stuff back then. I was in a rough spot. COVID times, all that. My dad had like it was just so much. I was mourning. I'd lost like a few years before that. Well, quite a few years. Sadie was a twin, and I lost her brother when he was 9 days old to necrotizing ankylosing. And
Oh, man.
for all those years until this year, I didn't know, what caused it, and it turned out that it was the Similac milk. They were adding the formula to my breast milk for fat content where they were so small because they had
Mm.
to deliver early.
Right.
So all that was going on, and I clung to my YouTube community, like, and we were covering the Chris Watts case and stuff. And because of where I worked, actually, somebody who had transferred from Colorado, I'd gotten to know them, and so I had a bunch of intel, a bunch of information. And I never put it out there on who gave it to me or nothing. I got close with Sherilyn Cadle. She ended up sending my daughter both of her books, even the one that was taken off shelves and it was signed. Um, I know, but anyway, what I'm trying to say is I got really invested in it. I ended up speaking with some family members and stuff. And I really tried to help with that because, like, they were really coming down on Shanann and trying to pretend that she was behind everything.
Right.
And then all that happened, and then it took me like 2 years to come back to YouTube, and the Kylie Rodney case done it for me, and I finally come back full time. And it was thanks to Ryan because had he not shared that on his Instagram and stuff and on YouTube, I wouldn't have known. So I do have to say that, but at that time, I thought he meant well in it. I didn't realize what he was doing.
Right.
I thought it was sentimental, like he really wanted to help. I don't know, and maybe he did at first.
Yeah. I, I think he started off in a good place and he
Yeah,
ended up in a very, very bad place, unfortunately.
yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for all the good comments and stuff. I appreciate it. So, Mr. Fusion, so you started yours, like you said, with the Johnny Gobble stuff, right? and
Hmm.
and it was entertaining as shit. I never watched any other creator that spoke about it but Ryan. I wish I had now that I've met you because I bet it was funny. Um, but so like, did you ever get to speak with Johnny or anything? Thank you
Uh,
guys.
no, not on the phone. He sent me several. Okay, so
Okay, I
I'll
can't wait to hear this.
okay, so I started making videos about Johnny, and all my videos were funny. Just it's
Right.
same thing with any other troll I do. I use their words against them, and I put
Yeah.
funny little clips in to make make people laugh. I don't, I don't, I've never said anything that's false.
Yeah. You just
But
covered
anyway,
what was going on.
right. So okay, so Johnny got court ordered to stay offline, and
Ain't
not
that
even the
crazy?
yeah, not even the next day when he was court ordered to stay offline, he was on his Facebook, and he
Of
wasn't supposed to.
course.
So I made a video about it, showing where he was active online. Well, he got fucking pissed off about it, and he when he went through that whole month, and he started striking videos from all the channels that made fucking videos about him. So
Oh God.
he hard struck my channel with two hard
Really?
strikes. Oh yeah,
For
and
what?
then because I was using his content.
Oh, because you were sharing reacting. Ain't that ridiculous? Oh, I could tell you
Well,
another thing about that later. Yeah.
yeah.
Been there,
So
had that done.
he tried to say that I was copyright infringing him. So that's how he struck my channel. Well,
Mm-hmm.
he gave me a third strike, but he put in the option to allow me to take it down before it actually struck me.
Mm-hmm.
So I went through and I just privated all my videos, right?
Right.
Okay, so all of his content videos or had content about him went away, and I emailed him. Or actually, I did a counter notification, and with doing that, you have to give out your personal information. So
Yes.
I
Oh
was
my gosh. See, ugh.
I was really reluctant to
It's
do it, but I did.
dangerous, man.
Yeah. So he sent me an email after he got the notification that I was counter notifying him, and he's like, "Well, just wait the 10 days." And I'm trying to tell him, like, Johnny, if you don't take the videos or if you don't take your strikes away, I have to wait 90 days. He's like, okay, bro. He's like, just wait the 90 days. He's like,
That
just wait,
10
just
day
wait.
period.
Yeah, yeah. And he's like, if you continue to try to push this, he's like, I'm gonna drop a lawsuit. I'm like, well, if you're gonna drop a lawsuit, just do it.
He ain't got no damn
So
money to drop no damn lawsuit. What the fuck?
exactly. So
Oh God.
I I did one I did one at a time. So the first one, 10 days go by, the strike drops off. So I
Yeah.
do the next one, and he sends me another email. He's like, oh, he was all pissed. He's like, bro, he's like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, I told you just to leave it alone. He's like, you're pushing me. I'm gonna drop a lawsuit on you. Blah 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 blah
Oh
blah.
my God.
Yeah. So 10 days comes along, and the next strike drops off. So I
See,
told
that's how
him,
mine were going. The people that I'd hired or whatever, we like work together with content, right? On my birthday, they made a stream and they were like, we're going to make this content to go along with ours. Use it in your video, da 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 da. So I done that. And also, I'd had the permission to use some Lana content in the previous, like when we first started. And I
right,
had that in verbal, in their own videos, in writing, in text. I actually had them texting me, asking me if I was going to use it. And then, like when they started doing all this shit to me, like that's what the first thing they done to my channel. Like they started striking that stuff, and I was waiting for that 10 day period. I wanted them to take me to fucking court. My channel
right.
just goes away, dude. It just went away, like boom, just gone.
What?
I swear to God. And so then my email, I could still get into it for a little bit, and I was trying to speak with YouTube and explain everything. Then the next thing I know, they've changed the password to that email. Insanity. And
Holy
so,
shit.
see, that's where all of the issues come from with the AdSense because that email and all that shit. So I'm sorry for interrupting. Keep
Oh
going
no, no,
though.
you're good. So, long story short, we've had some conversations via email that weren't good.
You're
So
right.
I've never talked to him on the phone.
He's
We've talked on
ridiculous, man.
so he doxed me on somebody else's live one time,
Uh,
because he was mad at me, and then we spoke on the live. We agreed that we were just going to go our separate ways and not talk about each other. And
he's so
I'm a
hard
man.
not to talk about, man.
I know but see, I'm a man of my word. If I tell somebody I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And that's why I don't
Right.
make videos about him now, even though I really want to. I
It's
told
so
him I
hard.
wouldn't. I know.
I'm
It
thinking about
is.
doing a live about him now that he's done what he done. I really am. But
Oh,
I don't think he would want that. It would really be bad for him if I did.
oh,
Because
he's gonna
there's no
sue you.
liability on my behalf. And I know he has to know that.
He's gonna sue you. That's what he says to everybody. He's gonna
Oh,
sue
I
you.
hope he does. I ain't got shit. Sue me, honey. When my
Hmm?
father passed away, my siblings, they ruined my life. So like sue me all you want. I ain't got shit left. So go for
Well,
it.
it's funny when he was threatening me with his lawsuit. One of the videos he struck in the video halfway through, he says, "I don't care who takes this content and reuses it."
Well, right there
And
is given permission.
I'm right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I tried telling him that, and he just wouldn't listen to reason. I'm like,
He don't have the ability to, I promise.
it
I'm not joking.
was
Like
so
I'm
funny.
dead serious. I am dead serious. Like it's almost like it's so sad. And that's another reason why I started to think, well, it kind of is like he's a victim too, because his brain is not like an adult brain. You know what I mean? He doesn't have
Right.
what is the word? He don't have sense. Like I don't mean to be mean, but he don't.
Well,
He
he's the type of person that when he thinks he's right, and nobody else can be right.
Right. Here's the thing though. He acts like he's such a badass, okay? Oh, he's gonna fight, he's gonna do no. Oh my god, if you only knew the times that we had to move him around. No. He don't back that ass up. He runs that big fucking chihuahua mouth like a son bitch, but when it comes time to throw dukes, oh please, can you move me, get me out the cell? They checking me out. Should they checking me out, Britt? Can you get me out? Hey, Speedy, can you get me out this cell? They checking me out. And I was like, no, mother trucker, you're where you're at. It's the only last place we can put your ass.
Oh
So
my
there's that.
goodness!
That I
I
can
bet you
tell
got
you
some.
about.
I bet you got some good stories. I'd like
Oh,
to hear.
honey. Oh my God. Just him alone. Yeah. Like I have tons aside from him, but yeah. Oh my God. If I could get some of the guy guards I worked with that had to deal with him, oh my God. Or
Oh
John
Lord!
Holbrook, but he can't, where he's, still active. But one day.
Right. Oh, I'd love to get an
We'll be
interview with John
95
Holbrook.
and he'll be retired and I'll get him on. Oh God.
I, I bet the stories that man has, I'd love to hear
Him and I were really, really close whenever I worked at the jail. Like where I'm not like your typical female guard, I guess. Like him and the sheriff there in Johnson County, his name was PD Witten at the time, the first time when I worked there. And they watched over me big time because, the guys around there are just sleazeballs. Well, hence we were discussing.
that. Right.
But yeah, he got checked out of every cell. Ain't nobody liked him. Like there's other words I could use to tell you why people did not like him, but I will not do that to him. So yeah. We're
Well, John
talking about
Holbrook.
Johnny Gobbler.
Well, John Holbrook
Gobbly
was
gobbly.
online in the middle of all this, and up until a point where somebody brought a fake cop on their live stream, and then he disappeared, which is sad because
Oh yeah.
John Holbrook is funny. He is funny.
Oh, he is very funny. He is.
Did you see the video of Ryan in Paintsville and Johnny driving by saying, "Hey, come
Yes.
find me"?
Well, I talked to
Oh
John
my
about that.
lord!
Yeah, the whole ordeal. That's why I was telling you. I'm pretty sure it really was like kind of staged a little bit, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, what was it? Oh, the first time I ever met John Holbrook, let me tell you, I hadn't been working at the jail maybe a week, okay? And I'm like they called me Speedy because like I'm always getting shit done. Like I don't wait around, I just get it done.
Right.
And me and my friend Jay were going out because I smoke. And we had to go out the Sallyport from the booking station through the Sallyport first door. Then you go in and you have to come out the other door. They're huge, heavy ass doors. Well, I took a notion. I didn't think anyone else would be on the other side because we all had, radios, and nobody else had said anything. So I kicked the door open, hits him right dead in the face, and he's got an inmate with him. Yeah, this fucking hundreds and hundreds of pound door hits him in the face, and that's my first introduction to the man. And he was like, "What the fuck?" And I thought he was gonna be mad, like cuss me out and like be pissed. At first, he was like, "Fuck, it hurts" or whatever, right? But then no, he loved me. He thought I was the best thing since sliced bread because I guess
That's
I hit him
funny.
in the face with the door, and I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry, but not sorry. It was funny. And so he
Right.
liked me. He was like, "Well, at least you ain't an ass sucker." I was like, "No, I mean, you want to do whatever, you're gonna do it anyway."
That's awesome.
But yeah, so that was our first introduction, and you know what? It's funny. because I can imagine Johnny being the inmate that he brought that day. Oh
Oh
God,
God,
I'm gonna ask Shara
that
Beth because I know she would remember that detail.
that would be hilarious.
It really would.
Oh man, yeah.
I
This whole situation is weird.
It is. Um. So the guitar guy, like we were talking. I mean, I guarantee, like that right there, Johnny probably watched us after we watched them, and was just so mad. And then he decided he's going to go after Psychobabble or whatever. How could
Oh
he
yeah,
not, as a person that has been done the way he's done, right? How could he just sit over there and act like Ryan is so innocent and yada yada yada? And no, I know he has to know better, at least a little.
he
Surely
he.
he,
I think he does, but when you're chasing that clout,
right.
it kind of
And how
skews
could a
your
man
view.
do that? Like if you are a man, no matter what you believe in, no matter what you're, whatever, a man, even, I mean, I'm a woman and I try to stand by my morals, like just pretend like things are okay. Lie for people, tell other people to shut up because they're trying to do what's right. And then you're over here spreading a false agenda so that you can help him look better when you needed people and you were talking to the courthouse and trying to get help and begging people to listen to you and nobody would you have wanted like another person who'd been done that way to step on that and like act like it was all nothing and he's really this great guy? No.
Right. Well, Brittany, you saw. I mean, if you watched his live or saw it at the end when he dropped his merch, that was what it was about. That's what it's about
uh
now. Is them helping
Johnny
him.
dropped merch.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that?
They're buying him off. They're buying him off so that they can at least have one of the people he's done dirty to look like it was all nothing. Helping
Oh
him with
yeah,
his merch and shit, because that was his ultimate goal, to just get famous off of Ryan, to be buddies with
yep.
Ryan, and all this bullshit. Now he's got a song made about him by Ryan at church and all this
Now,
shit. How
oh,
crazy!
you should
And he is the
see
most
it.
undeserving motherfucker. I promise you. This man does not deserve any of the shit he's getting. So there's another piece to Ryan Upchurch. He could have done this for somebody that deserved it, but no. He
Right.
does it to some piece of shit because he needs allies right now.
Well, one of the oh my God, one or two or three of the items on his merch store has him and Melinda on it that says Kentucky royalty on
Oh, fuck
it.
me. If that's
Can
Kentucky
you?
royalty, man, goddamn. I'm going to go
I
tell the
fucking
mayor.
I fucking died laughing. I'm like,
I'm gonna have the
holy
mayor take
shit.
that shit down. Please, he's embarrassing the fuck out of all of us. Like this is not who represents me, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. I fucking died laughing when I saw that. I'm like,
Right.
Kentucky royalty, my ass.
So I went to school with Tyler Childers, like literally. We went to school our whole lives together until I switched schools in the 10th grade, right? But the whole time we went to school together. And growing up, Tyler could not sing. I'm not joking you. I'm serious. He always would try to sing Johnny Cash, and it was terrible. After we graduated, I don't know what the man done, but he gives me chills when he sings now. I
Right.
mean, like legit chills. And I went to school with a girl named, actually, I played softball and done cheerleading with Jenna Kelly, who is now like a big top model. Like she was on America's Top Model and all that. She's the big, like tall blonde chick. Anyways, so they went together with Chico, who was our government and economics teacher. He sings like some really good shit. One day I'll put it out there for you guys to hear because I don't care. My channel like is there's no monetization right now, so it doesn't matter. I can do whatever I want as far as music, and I'm going to share it with you guys because it's some of the funniest shit ever was. Um, but anyways, I'm just thinking like, for example, like Tyler Childers. I mean, he really is a good person. Martin County, for instance, when the whole water epidemic started, he
Hmm.
gave out, oh my God, oodles and oodles and oodles of water. I mean, if these people need a person to go to, like to be a fan of, there's somebody that deserves it. He is
Right.
good to the core. He was always geeky growing up. Like, listen, he came to church every day in like church clothing. I'm not even playing you. Like, it was so weird to see
Oh
him
wow.
now compared to who he was growing up. Like, I'm talking the tan cargo slick pants, dress pants, and like
Damn.
a checkered shirt tucked in. Like, he was very prim and proper raised, very
Right.
intelligent, like top in our class, top GPA. Him and a girl named Kayla. I can't remember her last name, but good person. And I always, honest to God with you, I always compared Ryan to Tyler, like thinking they were, because Tyler's really funny too when he wants to be and really talented. But now seeing this, it just, I don't know. I guess I just make the comparison because I knew him. And then, like, there's a connection to Ryan for me. I don't know. It's weird. But do you know
No,
who Tyler Childers is?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I don't. He did. Johnny did all this himself. He definitely doesn't deserve it, especially some of the shit he
No.
said.
Yeah.
Like he said some really nasty things about Miss Patty.
He's a
And
nasty feller, I promise.
I,
I can't say,
I
I
don't,
don't want to say some things right now, but he is. He's very nasty.
I don't know how she forgave him. To be honest with you, I mean, there's stuff that I know that people don't know about what he did behind the scenes, like the night before.
Yeah.
The night
Yeah.
before he went to Paintsville. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a story
Ryan?
behind that. No, Johnny.
Oh, Johnny. Okay.
Yeah, there's a story behind that. It's not. I'm not gonna repeat it because it's
Listen, he
pretty
got in a lot of trouble for
bad.
a lot of many different things. I can tell you that much. I've booked him in for several different types of
Mm,
things.
yeah, no, well, we've seen his record. We know.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And like, of course, always innocent, always this, always that, but then he'd get put on the door. So that tells you a lot right there.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
I don't
Mr.
know. This,
Fusion, I love you to death.
oh, thank you.
And
I
I
adore you
just
too.
thank you for coming on, seriously. And like, I'm glad I found out about you. I wish I'd known about you back then.
Well, me too. I mean, if I would have known that you knew Johnny, I would
Honey,
have.
I wish I would have come out back then, but it wasn't about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted this to be, when I first started, about Kylie, and I still do. Like, I want her to get justice and all that. Like, I'm really into it. But my heart, whenever I started getting to know anime, and then I've met you and so many others, I just felt like there's so many other people like ruining Kylie's case, and I just don't want to be part of that. I'll
Yeah,
cover the things that need to be covered, but I am disgusted by my community. I don't even want to be classified as a true crime creator ever again, to be honest with you.
well, there's a
I
classy way to do it, and there's the unclassy way to do
there
it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's like with okay, the reason I guess I'm so triggered is because I was a part when I started covering the Shanann Watts case. I like to call it that because Chris is not the main person in this. Those
Right.
babies and Shanann are, but the people that are still to this fucking day covering that shit and bringing out new characters and making people up. And I had gotten to know a girl back then, and I ended up exposing her because she was pretending to be like writing and talking to Chris and all this shit, and it was all lies. Like, that takes an insane person to do that kind of shit.
Definitely.
And like, she was like deep down and like in love with Chris and like dogging Shanann, like, until she met me. And then she started being like, oh yeah, I see that, and Shanann and the babies. And then I went back and seen her old content. Compared to that, she had her brother pretend to be Chris Watts on another line. And I mean, I didn't go to school and work in the fields that I've worked in to just be fucking, made a fool of. I
Right.
finally realized it, and I gathered some proof, put it out there. And I hate to even say that, but who does that kind of shit? Who in a murder case pretends like these people know this or that or what? You know what I mean?
Right.
And the guy who got her involved is the one that really should be ashamed. To this day, he's still dragging Shanann and them babies around to get money and clout.
That's
Still.
insane.
That happened in 2018, the year my father passed away, the year that whole tragedy happened.
Good
And
Lord.
yes, and I know it was a big case. We had a lot of content to cover, but my God, they're still making people up and saying like, "Oh, this person knew Shanann worked." No, that's lies, and people need to know about it. Whenever I started, exposing that right there, they helped the two that I'd hired just completely dissolve me because that ruined his moneymaker. He's been making money now since 2018, 2018, 2019, 2019, 2020, 2021, 20. That's 4 fucking years. That's way too
Oh,
long to cover one case.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
And it's some garbage. And I know he's going to do the same thing with Kylie because he's already started talking about her now.
Oh shit.
And the
Well,
reason he done it, because nobody wanted to watch anything else, only his Chris Watts coverage. Now it's going to be the same with Kylie, and I just can't stand for it.
well, okay, so we all know as YouTube creators, and I'm sure people out there that watch us know that we are here to create content and make money.
Yeah,
That's
well, you should.
right. But when you're touting that you have super chats and,
That's who gives
you
us the
know,
bad name.
making weird emojis of some of the
Fuck
victims.
yeah.
Ugh,
They had
that's
I
grifting
can't
at its nastiest.
I can't believe the CC and Bella too. Oh
Ugh.
my God. I never knew this because I never became a member. I only helped, early on and then when I come back.
Well, I'm not even subscribed to her, and somebody just told me, and I went and looked at it, and
Well, there's
I was
screenshots out
disgusted.
there now showing it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's still there. She has no shame, unfortunately. But I guess in a way, I think
She's a
she
sweet girl deep down. She really is.
yeah, and I think she did it so people can use it as a support tool for and
Right.
supporting the person. But on the flip side of that
The
coin,
family.
it's in very bad taste to
Yeah.
do something like
Imagine being the grandma or grandpa and going on there and seeing it. Like, you know what I'm
that.
saying?
Right.
It's
I
morbid.
mean, she could have made emojis that said, we remember Kylie, or something along that. She didn't have to use an image of her
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, you gotta this whole YouTube thing is about optics, and when you do something like that, you're gonna have people that think that's okay, and then you're gonna have a lot of people that think that's not okay, and that's not good optics.
Right. like
And
like I
it's
was
in
saying,
poor
I don't
things.
dislike her. I'm not trying to come down on her. Like I'm not trying to cancel nothing like that.
Right?
But
Yeah. Same here.
but
Yeah.
she just like me, just like you, just like Ryan, just like any other person that creates anything that is a creator of art or content. You have sometimes got to be told, like, hey, dude, that's not cool. I mean,
Right.
and don't let your ego take it in the wrong way. Like, take it and run with it because it's good advice and you should, probably not be doing that.
Yeah. And some
But they
people
get
have.
mad.
Yeah, they do get mad, and they think they're being attacked when you're just trying to help.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Normally, if I'm coming out with something, honestly, I don't have no reason to attack anyone. I mean, there have been people I've wanted to attack. Don't get me wrong, but
Oh,
not
sure.
not
Yeah.
like verbally, physically. So, anyways,
Right.
besides that, oh god, uh, um, but yeah, I mean, she is a sweet person. I appreciate all of our correspondence through the past until now, but I can't, like, the reason I've stepped away is because I can't support the whole Ryan thing and the long lives, like 10 hour, and I can't do it. It's just
Yeah.
wrong. And I'm
Yeah.
hoping she'll realize it.
The whole 10-hour lives and
And it's the
going
same
deep.
content every day. Like there's nothing
Yeah.
new.
It's just rehashing shit that's already been put out there 100 times.
Absolutely. The only
Uh,
thing that I found anything for us to investigate and really look into is that photo that I have compared to other things, and it lines up with the parking area. And then the two men, the boys that was supposed to be parked next, that's the only things that I think anybody could really investigate. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
investigate. Because there's things to be
Which
uncovered there.
which photo are you talking about?
Okay. It started out like Sammy sent it to the news. You know the photo of the parking area with some of the kids from the party that Ryan had put up, and there was names and all that. Do you
Oh
remember
yeah,
that photo?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, well, Justin and I started working on it. He helped me clear it up. I asked him to. He cleared it up for me. As we cleared it up, we finally was able to see a guy, and we could see that it was definitely a silver car parked. There was another vehicle, like a truck, parked on back, but her
Hmm.
silver car is parked there. There's a guy with something partially in his arm, and it looks like there's another guy down at the end. And we're trying our best to fix it and get it more cleared up so you can see, but it looks really, really bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the more we look into it, the more we compare it to like the TikToks that those one boys put out. I can't remember his name. Might be Cody, actually, the same person from Sammy's TikTok that everybody called Nate. Then I put that out to clear that up because they ran with it. Every other creator was like, look at Sammy and Nate, look at their chemistry. And I fell for it. Then I looked at it myself, finally found it. Bree McGee sent it to me, the TikTok name. I went and found it, looked in the comments, and the boy's name's actually Cody. Well, Cody, I believe, is the same person that put the TikTok out the night with the white truck in the middle of the road. Well, that photo that Sammy turned in the news was taken from that same vehicle with those headlights on the people and the car. They just moved on up slightly and you could see her car there.
Hmm.
Weird, but it all lines up and it makes you wonder because the parents were telling the children, don't speak, don't talk about this, do not say anything. And I get it, especially after Ryan got involved. That's when everybody really shut the fuck up, like, especially
Yeah.
Sammy. She ran for the hills. But I know why. Well, I can't say that. But there's more to that, big more to that, more and more and more. I've spoken to a lot of people. Some people they're like, do not ever say this. I'm not giving you permission, so then you can't. But
Oh,
um, There's only one person that has had to lawyer up, and that's her.
Oh wow.
Hmm. And when Plunder went and like messaged the FBI and the local police and verified that Jagger was apparently, they're saying that Jagger is cleared, right? Because
Uh-huh.
of his phone, because of his phone locations. However, a child in 2022 that is very online, they're going to know not to take their phone with them. That's all I'm saying.
Right, right.
And maybe they had somebody have their phone and do things, and that happens. And maybe they verified that that ain't the case. I'm not saying they did or didn't, but I'm very curious to that because of their past activity in Nevada County and Placer with the sheriff's departments and their lack of doing really anything about anything. But they did verify that and said that he had been cleared since early on. However, when asked about Sammy, they would not respond whatsoever, and they respond to every other question but that one. Is that not
Interesting.
odd? It is interesting, but that like Plunder actually does a really good job. She don't even do live streams. Like the way she does things is the way I used to do things. Which I mean, I think if I'm gonna do true crime, I'm gonna do it in video form a lot more.
Yeah, yeah. Well, some people don't like to sit through lines. They just like to get to
Hmm.
the meat and potatoes of things.
I
Some people
can't
like to
figure
listen to
out.
the discussion.
I want to do like pre-recorded stuff, like on my StreamYard, but I
Hmm.
cannot figure out for the life of me how to get it back over to YouTube after I've got it there because I need a computer. My computer's an absolute piece of sheesh. And it has no space or storage. Plus, something really weird's been going on with it. And my phone has the VPN stuff on it, and my computer does too. But I'm wondering because they're two different sets. I'm wondering if
Right.
they something different going on with my computer,
Hmm. That's interesting.
like weird things go on with my lives, like people pop up that shouldn't be popped. I don't know. It's super strange.
Yeah, that's
This
YouTube
happened. This
is.
ain't happened in a little bit, but ever since it runs so slow, man. Oh, Sean. Oh my God. So I know Sean. This is my husband's first cousin. Well,
Oh,
actually,
hello,
it would be his
Sean.
uncle. Yeah. And he is like a computer freaking genius. Sean, I do need your help, my love. Big time. I'm struggling over here.
Well, I build my own computers whenever I
You're a
need one. So
genius. Oh,
I definitely, you definitely, if you want to do pre-recorded stuff, I mean, you can do a lot on the phone. Don't get me wrong, but
right.
a PC will up your game tenfold.
Yeah, because like on a cell phone, you can't share like any overlays or anything like. Well, you can share overlays, but you can't like screen share.
Right? Yeah, yeah. That's the worst part about the phone
Mm-hmm.
part of StreamYard. I like StreamYard though.
I do too.
Psycho Battle said he found another streaming software that's open source, and he's gonna.
OBS.
Well, oh, okay. So
Is that what he
OBS,
called it?
yeah, you can use OBS and you can use Zoom to bring people on, but it's like so complicated to do that. So that's not. StreamYard is easy. You give them a link, they come up. Zoom, you've got to go into a meeting and then bring them up. It's just the whole thing. I don't think that's very efficient.
Right. Right. I've never used any other streaming platform other than StreamYard. I mean, the whole time.
Me neither. Me neither. I
And
know there's
honestly,
other
I don't have a
platforms.
reason to.
Yeah, I like to have guests on. I don't like doing panels by myself. I like to have at
Hmm.
least one person on with me so I can bounce ideas off of and
Well,
have my.
anytime you need a partner, my friend, I'll be there. I don't care what you're talking about. I can hang.
Oh hell yeah!
And
I don't
same for
know.
you.
And you may not know him. Do you know who Scooter Beggins is? He's a YouTuber.
No, I know a lot of YouTubers, but I don't believe
Do you
so.
do you know who Durkee Castle White is?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've heard that one.
Okay, so he was in a video a long time ago called "The Wonderful Wild Whites of West
Oh
Virginia"
my
or
God.
something
I
like that.
booked in half of the whites, dude. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Scooter
Mammy's the
Beggins,
coolest.
yeah. So there's what's called the Durkeyverse out there,
Mm-hmm.
and people that make funny videos about Durkee and his
Uh-huh.
antics. Scooter Beggins is like an OG Durkeyverse creator.
Oh,
Um,
I guarantee Eric's watched him then, and I've had to see it.
oh, he's wonderful. He's great. He's going to be doing his first live interview ever with me this coming Friday.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. I'll be there. Anything you need, I'll share it
yeah.
for you and all that good shit.
It's gonna be awesome. But
So
um,
Sue Bob. Oh my God. Listen, I've never had a worse inmate in my life as far as females. Lord have mercy, that woman is a handful in a basket. I'm telling you now. I'm not even shitting you. I ought to try to get her on with us one night, but I don't know where she's at or if she's in jail or anything. I don't know. But she was awful, Mammy's a cool motherfucker, man.
yeah, they're a cast of characters over there.
But so Durkee, and
Um,
you're having him on Friday, right?
not Dirty. I'm having Scooter on.
You're having Scooter on.
Uh,
Okay,
so
everybody.
you'll have to go watch some of his videos and see. He's freaking he's amazing. He's like a genius at his videos.
Well, I'll be there, and I'll definitely share it with everyone. And I
Yeah, come
recommend that
come over. It's
everyone come
it's
and
gonna
see
be
it.
great. We're gonna go into his life, and then we're gonna go into a little bit of it. It's gonna be a series. It's not gonna be the only video because we
You know,
want
you
to make it a
both could live stream
series.
it on both your
Yeah,
channels,
he doesn't like he doesn't do lives.
right?
Like he's been on like 3 panels before just randomly, but this is actually going to be like his first dedicated live to him, and he's going to tell like his backstory, and then we're going to kind of go into how he found Durkee and what he does. Like he's helped. Okay, so Scooter is he's a very solid to the earth kind of guy. He's helped a lot of females that have been abused by Durkee. He helped
Oh,
he helped Shayna when, or what they call Skanka,
oh God,
when
that
she
sounds like
when
something I would have called somebody. Oh my God. Okay,
yeah she
I
was
used to be bad for that.
she's a handful, but he helped her get away from Durkee. He's got a new girl now that he's tried to help, but she won't take any help. But he's a big victims advocate,
Scooter, I
and
swear it sounds familiar.
I'll send you the link on IG when we get off here.
Okay, thank you.
But yeah, he's a great guy. He's down to earth. He'll help anybody. He's a big women's abuse advocate and tries to help women out of situation, even that's not on YouTube. Like if somebody reaches out to him, he will go out of his way to try to help somebody.
That is
Um,
amazing. That is
yeah, he's a great
amazing.
guy. His story is very interesting, and it's gonna be great. It's
You know,
gonna be
I
great.
want to do something to reach out, honest to God, now, especially since the Johnny Depp trial. I want to do something for both men and women. So I want to create some type of foundation. And I'd come up with the name for it. I have it written down somewhere. But I want nothing more than to help other people. Or, I mean, first I had to help myself, get myself back on track in life. And with everything that happened, it was hard, but I'm getting there. And that is my next goal. That, and I've always wanted to do this. This may sound crazy to you, but if anyone out there hears this and you have an old fleet van that you don't need and you could donate to this cause, I don't know. I can't even tell you how much I'd love you. I want to have a pink mystery machine. And these
Oh,
families
that'd be
that
awesome.
every day have their children get murdered and shit, and they don't get a single ounce of media attention. I want to go around and I want to create that for them. But also with my experience and stuff, I can provide maybe some help in trying to look through things and figure things out. My mind with OCD and with all of us as a community, there's no way we can't at least help in some way. And
Right.
I just want to provide support and do whatever there is that can be done. That's my goal. I've always wanted to do that because when I first started YouTube, we were on the road like delivering in fleet vans, and I would go around and cover some stories and stuff. I still have stuff I should put up. Um, but I'd lost contact. I don't want to put out anything without making sure first and having somebody sign something. I've learned, you can't just trust word anymore. It
Oh
sucks,
no.
but that's my ultimate goal.
Well,
And
I think with this anime situation that's going on, I think it's a perfect opportunity to try and
mhm.
help her do something like that.
Yeah, we're working on like focusing on it and also the bullying aspect of things, trying to get some laws created that'll prevent privileged people from coming down on people like this.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's really the problem we have. It's not just cyberbullying; it goes beyond cyberbullying and harassment and illegal thing. Like it's like the biggest fucked up mess is somebody misusing their platform and their privileges and their role in life, their like status, I guess you'd say, against innocent people who had nobody. And now look what we're growing together.
Right.
All of us. I mean, me, you, Psychobabbles, Anime, and many other creators now. I mean, we're for, and then our following, our people, like everybody that's commenting here, every one of us are showing support to something that is good and trying to, match negativity with positivity, and even with a comical way. And sometimes, like when we go over on Psychobabbles, it's more like funny and like, normal bullshit. And on our channel, sometimes it's a little more serious and tie and dress, but we all have our purpose.
Well, yeah, I 100% agree with that. We definitely all have a purpose, and I think we're all going to play a big role in helping her out and bringing more awareness to it. Because
Oh yeah.
these these celebrities that get on here and just think they can say whatever they want, there's no consequences for the other person they're talking about. They definitely need to be held accountable for their actions.
Absolutely. And Piper fitted, I did not have to go to the police academy to be a corrections officer. However, at one point in my life, I was a police officer undercover for about, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years, something like that. And I did have to go to the police academy. I had to take like a shit ton of tests, and I had to be re-pepper sprayed like 3 times for each different thing I done
Oh
because
shit!
certification's different. Yeah. So no, not for when I worked at the jail, but whenever I worked for the county sheriff's department I worked for, yes.
Hey, it's Trina Trails. Hey, Trina. She's awesome.
Trina Trail. Let me see. Oh, there she is. All the purple hearts are so beautiful. And Xanamay really needs them today, you guys. Not that anything's wrong or anything. Just she just needs love. Everybody, we gotta show her love. Always.
Yeah, definitely,
She's been through
definitely.
something that no person should have to go through just because they were on a panel and had a difference in opinion. It's just ridiculous when you really boil it all down.
I'm hoping we get to do another stream soon to read some more comments.
Yes. Well, I was talking to her about it. Let's see, not today. I didn't get to talk to her about that today, but like 2 days ago, we were talking about the next stream. So hopefully we can get something going. I know it'll probably be a few days though.
Yeah, definitely got to take some a little time for the mental break from
Y-
also all this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, her health is what, like, Ryan doesn't understand what he's looking at, what he's done. Like he really doesn't.
Yeah,
It goes beyond like even the mental health. Like it's caused her physical health damages.
oh yeah, yep. It's sad.
Uh huh.
They should have never
He don't.
went this far.
Yeah, like he don't even like. I mean, it's not for me to say or anything, but like he's in trouble, man. In the future, he's really going to be in trouble.
Well,
Team Xana.
he brought it on himself. Yeah, definitely Team Xana.
Xana May deserves all the love. Yes, she does.
Did you see Uncle Will made an apology video today to Xana?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! If only I had my computer on right now. Oh, we'd go watch it.
Yep, he sure
Would you,
did.
would you want to? Would you want to react to it with me?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, hang on. Let me get my computer cord real quick. Would you guys
Okay.
want to see that? Would you want to see us reacting to Uncle Will? Because I've not seen it yet. So it'd be my original first reaction. Oh, that kind of kills me. I want to do more like to stop what he's doing because he's
Right.
like absolutely illiterate. I don't even know how he fucking made a YouTube. I'm sorry, but I don't.
Well, he went.
His
Okay,
granddaughter must have made it for him.
it's kind of a twofold video. He's going after Psychobabble, but he's also apologizing to his anime.
Oh yeah, they're
And
all
it didn't even.
apologizing. Have you noticed? It's kind of odd,
Oh
isn't
yeah,
it? People are gonna
especially,
see.
especially Kurt, man. He was all kinds of coping last
Uh-uh.
night. Kurt was like, "Oh well, I
Well,
didn't say this about her. I didn't say she
he
swam
needs
over
to
to
bring
Mighty
his
and
ass
stuff."
on over to Brittany's channel then, because I've got him saying a lot of shit. Remember when I made him admit whether or not it was he believed in this because of Ryan or not, and yada yada yada. He admitted that these are his own original thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't just because Ryan said it. And I had an agenda. No, my friend, I'm not the one with an agenda. I have actually, I guess you could say I do have an agenda. It's to counteract everything they've done, to expose the truth, and to bring some accountability to things. And you know what? It's only for his own good, though. He is only going to benefit from learning a lesson. I mean, all of us. You you might not want it when it's coming, when it's happening, but later on you'll realize that had that not took place, where would your life be in the future if you continued that behavior and hurt somebody like, and then caused an actual life to be taken because of your actions,
Right.
And that's where it's heading. Like if they continue this bullshit.
Well, Kurt got what he wanted. I think he went up like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 thousand
Oh
subs
yeah.
after going on Ryan's podcast. So
He
he got
come
what he wanted.
over and got mangled in with the people who like fucked me over, like I was talking to you about, like their little crew that were like hanging around my channel when I first come back.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like all over him. It was so nasty because he's married and he was just talking about getting his child and his wife food. And then like yeah, and he was like sending kisses, so I was being a smartass. I was like, "Oh, thank you, Kurt." And then I looked down on the comments and I seen like it's just nasty. That shit's nasty. Don't be a hoe bag, man.
Yeah.
Keep your shit together. Hold your legs. I'm not trying to be like one of them people, but at the same time, have a little respect for yourself.
Yeah, some dignity. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. And look, I mean, like Kurt, like really, man, like dude, no, 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 no.
I like Kurt before all this.
He's
I lost a lot of respect for him.
he just wanted to get in with Ryan as close as possible, and then he was in the back of that Kylie video, the Kylie is fake video. That was him, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it
But did
was.
you see his face? Oh my
Hmm.
God. It told the story that he actually was just going along with that for no reason because you could see the disgust on his face in the background. I could anyway.
I couldn't tell if it was disgust or if it was him being like, "Oh yeah, I can't believe he found something." I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't tell. It could go either way, but I agree. Yeah, there was something there.
Yeah, like his face, like he just looked like, oh my God, why am I doing this? Like, is it worth it?
Hmm.
Is it worth it? Apparently it was because he stayed.
Oh yeah, it was definitely worth it for him.
And then like Molly Golightly, for instance. Okay, I've had her on my channel before. I met her through Robbie and Save Robbie. And that's another story too. I don't even know like his intentions on some things that happened in the past, but I'm pretty sure that I was getting fucked over without realizing it at the time. Anyways,
Oh,
Molly was always nice to me. I mean, she does her thing and says her things, but she's a troll too. Like she means to be a troll. You know what I mean?
right.
Like she don't blame nobody for false things or anything, which is good. And a lot of people come down on her because of who she is and stuff. But I like Molly personally. I
I
mean,
don't.
her
I don't know
online
that
persona, maybe not, but like I really she's a good person deep down.
I don't know that I've watched any of Molly's stuff.
Probably not. Like she does a lot of yeah, Molly is pure entertainment, but it evolves around true crime a lot, you know. But then she has her other stuff she puts out, and it's absolutely nothing to do with true crime. Okay, I'm getting on the computer right now, so what I'm going to do, I'm gonna drop out. I'm gonna leave you in, and then I'll be right here. Okay,
Okay.
sound good? All right.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. Hello, chat. How's everybody doing tonight? It's mysteriously Mr. Fusion night.
What's up? Okay.
Welcome back.
Thank you for holding the fort down, my dude.
Yep.
I'm so thankful. Like the people I have met through this, like it's been such a tragic thing, but it's just like we've already made positivity out of it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, she was in such good spirits the other night when we were doing her comment stream.
I
It was
know.
it was good to see her, or at least hear her laughing and having some fun.
Her smile and those blue eyes. Oh my God. Like it makes my heart just have a reason to pump again, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I
I know
mean,
it sounds crazy. She's a grown woman, but like, I don't know. I just feel this thing. Like, I don't know. I think we
oh
all feel it.
yeah. Thanks, missing it and unidentified. I appreciate that.
Yes. But, one night, this was like, she had come on my panel early on, and I
Hmm.
really thought that she might have been involved in stuff. I was drinking the Kool-Aid and I hadn't really figured things out yet. Like it was just being told to me from his perspective. I hadn't really gotten a lot from her yet,
Right.
I hadn't even found her channel at that point. Well, she'd come on and was in my comments. Someone told me, and I had her on, and I listened to what she had to say, and it just made so much sense to me, like all of it. And then I realized that they literally purposefully, maliciously took her content out of context and tied her into that to make it look like she had something to do with it. When all she'd done, she went like a week later, or even I think it might have been even a little bit longer than that, and was helping, right? And they
Yep.
took that video she made, but she made it for It Could Mail, so he would have some content, but she made it for herself too,
Right.
But took that and then made it like, oh, look, she has her dog, she has this, that, whatever. And, looking back now, there is no other intent but malicious intent on that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And he's a smart dude. We know that.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have been sipping that Kool-Aid so hard. Because you just don't expect somebody of his caliber to come out with a bunch of bullshit. You just don't. I mean, in something so serious.
Well, I think I heard a lot of people saying last night, or a lot of people saying in somebody's chat, I can't remember which chat I was in, but they're like, well, Ryan, it was in Mike 12 Points. They were talking about Ryan saying that Ryan didn't say that she killed her dog. No, he didn't come out and flat out say it. He inferred that shit real hard.
The hell out of it too. Not just like a little, like he knows how to speak to his fan base. He knows very well what he has to say to get them to go and act and to make their brains believe.
Well, it's just like his mom. When she says, I want all my babies to come out and show support, they know what that means.
Like they that whole everyone go over to Tony Dodge's and blah. Oh my God.
Well, okay, so one time during the Johnny Gobble thing, Ryan made a video about Johnny being a pedo, and we all know Johnny's not, but I won't go into all that. Anyway, Ryan inferred that his followers go over to Johnny's comments, and because he's like, I'd hate to see your comments right about now.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't say go over there, but we all know what that meant.
Yeah. Like, hey, this is out there. And like, it's just the way he does it. Like, but what he don't realize, and I kept wondering if where he was inferring things, if he could be held liable for it. Well, whenever we were looking over the federal law, like that protects her where she's a veteran and whatnot, and where she's been doxxed and harassed, it does say that even if it's inferred, that it's a definite, like they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Whether you say it directly, because there's meaning behind it. And that is the danger of somebody with such a large platform. I know, like, I used to watch the big YouTubers, like, and it may sound silly, but I like Logan Paul and all them, right?
Right.
And I watched Logan Paul do what he done, and then hear his story afterwards and how he's like actually become like open about speaking on how he got to where he got, because his head was full of himself. He was full of himself. And he had no one around. Like, all the people around him were people that wanted things from him and were growing off of him. So they weren't going to tell him no.
No, fuck no.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Like, they were just fucking like happy as hell to be with Logan Paul, man.
That's like shooting your cash cow if you tell him no.
Exactly. So none of these people that were in his surrounding would ever tell him when something was wrong. And that's why he brought Mike in, so that he could be like, you're stupid as fuck. Don't do that. And we all need that person. You have to let your ego accept it.
Yeah, you need somebody there to be the yang to your yin.
Yeah, like I make mistakes. Sometimes I get carried. I feel like I got carried away the other night, which is why I chose not to go on last night, But, like, still yet I agree with everything that I said. And a lot of shit I said was really funny. But I don't want, like, I don't know. I don't want to be a bully, but however, this is so fucking different. These people have maliciously attacked even me. I mean, they've made fun of me. They've been in my comments. They've fucking sent me messages, had their people do this and that, Like, I don't feel that we were over there. We were discussing it and doing it in a way that was funny, not like coming down on them the way they have, like harassing people, calling them murderers, calling them pedo, and all this crap.
Right.
There's a big difference.
And I don't want to speak to Igedmel or anything or speak for him, but I think at some point you get attacked, and you're like, okay, do I stay silent or do I come out and say something?
Right.
And at some point you've got to fight back.
Right. And like he come on with us with anime, and that was the first time he'd really spoke about the whole situation.
Hey, Zanime. She's in chat
Is
right
she
now.
here?
Right? Yep.
Is our girl here? Zan, you want to
Oh,
come
yeah.
on with us for a minute? I mean, she might not, or we're going to be reacting to this. She may want to come on after, but you're welcome.
How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm going to
Good
put
to
it
see
in
you.
chat, and you can come on now or after. Either one. I love her so much. Are you feeling all right, my lovin's?
She's awesome.
She really is. Like, I'm not even playing. Like, oh, there's so many things I could tell you guys, but I won't. I'll leave it to her because, it's her stuff. But I couldn't have asked for a better person to enter our lives.
And I saw her dog short the other day with hazmat.
The egg?
Yeah.
Oh,
I made a comment. I said my cat Bob and hazmat need to hang out.
Yeah, we need to get all of our. Well, Montana would eat everybody, so no. My husky, she gets too excited and tries to play with others, so that wouldn't be a good idea. We'll just play with y'all's animals. Okay, let's react to this so she can come on with us. But like I said, you're welcome to come now if you want. Okay. And this is an apology, apparently, to you, my love. Okay, here we go, Fusion.
Okay.
What do you want me to call you, by the way? Do you want me to call you Fusion?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
I always ask because I don't want to be the weird person.
So let me start off.
Let me know if you can hear this because lately my audio has been absolute shit. But I'm not using my mic, so maybe that's the problem. Here we go.
I don't agree with anybody that uses other people's misery and pain.
Can you hear it?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Use clout. Me and Redneck had a good long talk today. I talked to probably.
This guy reminds me, I'm not even joking, reminds me of all the guys that go down to the gas stations down from my house that play Keno all day and they smoke and they're constantly going up to the counter hollering at Becky saying, "Hey, Becky, I want 100," or "Hey, can you take 500 off my card?" Like, that's who he reminds me of.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not even playing. I'm really going to go in there and just record the atmosphere to show you guys what I'm talking about, and you'll see.
I can tell where it's coming from. Me and him from the same place, so we understand one another.
Who's he talking about here? If he's from the same place, Ryan?
I think so.
Oh my God. He's fucking comparing himself to Ryan Upchurch. Jesus Christ. Which ain't much of a difference.
He made some good points to me, and I made some good points to him. We was able to talk about it without.
Oh yeah, he's talking about Ryan. Yep.
Oh my God.
Child names and shit.
With child's names and shit. No, we don't use what the hell is this guy even going on about?
Nothing ever good comes when you start acting that way. Nothing. And I think that there was a lot of fuel added to the fire. It didn't need to be.
Well, I think that y'all was the ones that added all that fuel to the fire and was coming down on my girl, constantly, even after it was proven that she had not a fucking thing in the world to do with anything and was actually trying to help, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's ridiculous. And now that they realize that they went too fucking far, all of a sudden it's a problem and they need to do this. This apology means shit. But at least they've come to it and they've realized it and now they've put it out to their fan base and now they all have to eat it.
Yep. They're eating it hard.
Yeah, absolutely. And Zanime is going to come out. This is going to be the most positive thing ever. And I'm just so thankful. I know it's going to be good because there ain't no way in the world that I'll back down. Not one.
Nope.
I'll make 15,000 channels if I have to. We got this.
Stand on what I said. I don't like what you did, and I never will. I don't agree with that. That's just my personal preference.
He's talking about Zanime.
Yeah, I know. What does she do that he don't agree with? Idiot.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I should make. But seriously, this guy. Oh my God.
He's something else.
It's like, oh, I'm going to apologize to you, but I'm going to half-ass do it and say that I still think I'm right, even though I know I'm not. Yeah. Because apparently, I don't even know where this guy's ego come from, but he clearly has one too.
He's kissing Ryan's ass.
Yeah, it's fucking sick.
Yep.
And people were start sending you death threats.
Oh, now it's a problem because he's getting messages and stuff. And we never have ever told anyone to ever do that type of behavior. Thankfully, over here on our side of things, our community, we don't have to tell anybody to go do nothing.
Nobody deserves
Don't target people. We don't infer it. We don't do anything like that. That's just despicable. And here he is talking like we have. No.
Yeah, he's something else.
But I'm not going to take the rap for something that somebody else is doing. I'm just not.
Oh, well, then you shouldn't have got involved.
Yep.
Sending you death threats and stopping your mom and going and looking where you live. Never did none of that. I ain't got no desire to. So,
253 idiots
I'm
like
sorry
this.
That they done you that way because it's not right. And B-side was right about that. It is not right to do that. So on to the next one. I hope you can
that right there, that line right there, on to the next one. That pisses me off.
Yeah, that's like on to the next one. They already know the pattern.
Yeah,
they're admitting it. Like. They're taking up for somebody. They're acting like we're idiots, like we don't know shit, like there ain't a pattern, like they don't do this all the time. And then he says that. Yeah, you're right, Fusion. Let's back that up and play it one more time. It's very important, that sentence. They're already planning to attack someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking scum. And 253 idiots. Okay, 253 people fucking enjoy this shit. What the hell?
Exactly.
Like, oh, God.
So on to the next one. I hope you
on to the next one.
B-side was right about that. It is not right to do that. So on to the next one.
I hope you can handle my foot up your ass, motherfucker. Because I promise you it will be there if you fuck with another motherfucker that's innocent and don't deserve it. I fucking had it with this bullshit.
Accept my apology. Even though I don't feel like I did anything wrong.
He's going to have a fucking ass.
Yeah, I personally.
What would that be?
Listen to this shitty ass apology. I'm sorry, even though I don't think I need to be sorry. Like,
we're going to just move on to somebody else and harass them, nothing, whatever. You're wrong. I'm right, but I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't do anything. But you did. You're wrong. What you done's awful. I believe. What the fuck, dude? What? He's a babbling. Like, can you tell me how 253 people and then 1,565 people viewed it? And this many people liked it out of that. What that ratio just tells you how many idiots there are on this planet. I mean, fucking seriously, this guy here, who's like my Uncle Vondi used to be. Like, this is him. Like, God, oh my God. Like people that give dope to their kids. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even joking. My uncle done that, and this guy reminds me so much of him. And don't think I didn't. Yeah, well, me and my uncle did not speak, so.
But I'm gonna apologize for everybody else because they not gonna apologize, and I just want the shit to stop before somebody gets hurt.
Oh really? Well, people have already.
Now he's worried about somebody getting hurt.
Yeah, like, so which one of us made him think this? Like, which one of us finally fucking opened some eyes? Or is it the lawsuits and whatnot?
Right.
Burns me alive. These apologies are trash. Yep. And they're not even apologies.
Nope. They're not.
No. He's still saying the same shit.
Well,
I ain't even heard him say it.
You know what this is? This is don't fucking sue me for saying the weird shit that I said.
Yeah, but in the same sentence, he's saying it again.
I know.
Fucking idiot.
I mean, look, Uncle Will, when I first met Uncle Will, well, I haven't met him.
Right, online.
But when he came out, he was doing so much good. He was trying to help the homeless people, and he gave away his sailboat to somebody, and he did all this good shit. Oh, yeah, he was and he still kind of tries to do that, but
are they brainwashed?
It's all tainted now.
Yeah.
After what he said,
it's like all for views and shit. Apparently.
Yeah. After this, after what he said, to me, it's tainted. I can't look at it the same way.
Me neither. Me either. Like, I mean, I don't know this guy, but I'm talking about like Ryan, for instance. The same
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
with him. But I didn't know this guy ever done anything good or anything, you know. But when they do that and then they like turn into the people they really are, like after they've like forgotten like the like what's it, the agenda they're pushing when they first get on YouTube, trying to be this good person and acting like all nice and giving away things so that you'll grow a following, and then they show you their ass.
right.
Like,
Well, a lot of it, he started in on Johnny too,
mm,
and grew off that, and then you could see that he was a real Ryan fanboy, and then and I truly thought that he was truly trying to help homeless people,
yeah.
but when you do stuff like that, do you really need to broadcast it out
Yeah,
like that?
exactly. That's
Like
like
he went and picked up McDonald's on one live stream and went and handed it out live. It may have been pre-recorded, but he dropped the video of him showing him
he either
handing out
premiered it
food.
or live streamed it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's like, okay, well, why do you need people to know that? Why can't you just come out and say, hey, I help homeless people. Here's what I do. Why do you need to
Yeah.
show it?
Like Steve will do it when he would, you know. I feel like they're exploiting them, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost
Exactly.
embarrassment because they need that help, and you could be providing that without having to let anyone know. Other people around you will eventually let other people know that you're a giving person.
Right. It's
You
like people that donate to charity and then they have to come on and boast about it. Like, oh, well, I went through my whole house and got 10 trash bags full of stuff and went there and you should have seen there.
who ain't
Why
done
can't you
that?
say,
You know,
hey, guys, go help support the Salvation Army? I went and donated some stuff today. Here, it's a good cause. Go help them out.
like
Why do
right
you
now
need
in
to?
Florida, all those
Yeah.
people, they could definitely use clothing and resources. You know what? I would like to look into that for us, like helping with
Oh,
the
sure.
Florida situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're hurting bad down there.
Like, oh my God, I seen this thing today, and it was so fucking sad. This girl is missing 5 members of her family.
Oh no.
And it was on TikTok, and it was the saddest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I finally had gotten to where I could go live or whatever on TikTok. So I had a few like the roses they sent me. I gave that girl every like dime. It don't add up to much on TikTok, but I sent every bit of those coins over to her because I don't go live there very often. But I just
Well,
wish
see,
there was something we could do.
stuff like that I can see when you're trying to spread awareness and trying to find something and stuff like that. But when you're trying to do it for
That ain't no
clout,
big thing or nothing to brag about. But I mean, like
yeah,
people can do those things and keep it, you know, like it don't have to be
classy.
broadcast.
Yeah, keep it classy.
All right, let's hear what else this idiot has to say.
So I hope you understand where I'm coming from too. I think the culture difference in your language barrier.
You motherfucker. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting so fucking pissed off because I try. Oh my God.
Not that you don't speak English, but
This son of a bitch motherfucker. Oh my God. This is
It is.
insulting as shit.
It is. That's why I say it's half-assed.
This is sexist and racist and fucking just discriminatory as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, like I had stated before, yes, English is her third language, and sometimes the words she chose, like they were inferring it as if it meant something else. But she's intelligent as shit, and like he's making it like she has intelligence of him, and that is just not the case. This guy he's the one that can't understand, not her, him.
Right.
These people could not understand what was right in front of their friggin' faces. And then they slammed her all over the internet, drug her through the mud up and down, and said the most horrific things, calling her everything from a bitch to a fuck these people.
that you got the way.
Excuse my French. We do need peace, but this mother trucker is just disgusting.
That you
Yep.
protect yourself made it worse, if that makes sense to you. And for that, I'm sorry. But
No.
y'all have a good night. And
he waits till the very end to give a half-ass I'm sorry after fucking taking up for himself the entire time and acting like, y'all, well, you know, I had good reason for acting the way I did when there is no good reason ever for the way that they have acted and done.
Yeah, I don't think he was sincere at all.
No, They're only right now. The reason I want everyone to know, the only reason these people are doing these little half-ass apologies, and they aren't even apologies, so it's not like it's going to move anybody to think that they're being sincere. But the only reason they're doing it, I promise you, behind the scenes and here online where you see us, we're working hard every day. I have contacted every fucking news station, every political person I know, from my own state to Tennessee and in California. I've reached out to Ashley Banfield over and over, and don't think she ain't going to reply eventually, because I thought one girl wasn't going to reply, and she did. And she told me that as soon as she can speak, she will. And that right there is going to be the biggest fucking bombshell that blows them up. I'm telling you now.
Oh,
and it's coming, because I won't stop working on it. These people have been so just treated so badly. And it's all because of the status of this one person. His cult, like, I mean, and I have to admit, I had gotten so entangled into his content, like, it's unreal. And then his music as well. We would listen to it in the car. I mean, my daughter even would listen to a lot of it, you know. And I get it, but if you have an ounce of respect for yourself, for other people, and have any morals, once it got to where it got, you have no excuse for hanging in there and acting that way, you know?
Oh, I'm the same way you are. I was enthralled with his content. Every time you make a troll video, I was right there.
And we thought it was funny and innocent.
Yeah. And I mean, looking back at it now, I think how much of it was staged or
red flags all over the place. And we didn't really know. I did bring it up. I told Eric, I said, he's being really confrontational, like causing a lot of fights, and he's getting a lot of accusations made towards him. Like, just like I've said with the Nelk boys at one point in time, I was really concerned about the way they were going with things at one point. They've cleared it up, though. They were smart enough to switch it around, and he just is not. I will never let them up.
If you look back on all of his past relationships, look at how many people he's had in his life and how many he doesn't have in his life anymore.
Absolutely.
You know? I mean, that should raise alarms in your head right there, that there's definitely something there.
You're right.
You know,
there's two types of people in the world that lose people in their lives often. Somebody who is the bully and is a bad person and only is out for themselves and hurts other people. And then you've got the type of person that gets victimized by those people a lot. And I used to be one of those people that would I was a people pleaser.
Right.
I would always say sorry. And that comes from my childhood, what happened when I was young. You think you can't tell people no. Like
exactly. Yeah.
You don't love yourself or respect yourself enough or think you're important enough to be able to tell somebody no, or when something is out of line, you know, and you do as for them, no matter what it is they ask, you just do it.
Right.
And,
you know, the same way. Yep.
Yeah. And it's hard to break that pattern. But once you hit a certain spot in life with, I guess, wisdom or whatever, and you realize that you can't keep letting people do that. And then you start forming real bonds with people. You start realizing who you should not bring into your life and who you can welcome in, you know. I used to get treated that way a lot. Like girls, I would think were my friends. They'd come in and try to get with my old man, you know, because they'd see how I was treated and they would want that life, you know. That's just how it is. And when you're a really loving, like overly loving person like me, it's very like, I don't know, people target you. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Yep, definitely.
That doesn't really happen anymore. But like you said, it happened to you as well.
Yeah, I feel like there's probably been bad people in Ryan's life that have probably exploited him for their own gains.
Yeah.
But I think some of the people that he's kicked out of his life, I mean, not all of them can be bad people that have done.
I think a lot of the ones he's kept are the real bad people. They're only like sucking his ass for what they can gain. And the people he's tossed out, I think they maybe actually might have cared and tried, you know, like we're talking, maybe tried to talk some sense into him and he didn't want to hear it. But early on, I would guarantee you, yes, that he was like used by friends and like probably hurt. But he's like, this whole Nicole Arbor thing brought the worst out in him, you know, because it's like all that pain, I believe, from back then is being rehashed. Now he's got like And I have heard from really close sources that it is hurting his pocket, all these lawsuits.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And for whatever reason, this lawsuit, this time, it's well, I guess we'll find out, but it's pretty rough. And I think he's worried about it.
I
Why do you think he's paying as much as he is for that lawyer?
Yep, I'm right there with you. I think it's going to hurt him real bad. I think this whole thing's going to hurt him real bad.
Mm-hmm. When my siblings, when my father passed away, in 2011, when Sadie and Adam were born, while I was pregnant, my parents' home burnt down. They had went out on a vacation, and their psychotic neighbor, who used to be a state police in Missouri, and he was actually like kicked out and like got in all kinds of trouble because he's an arsonist, like he's burnt a lot of shit. Like that's what he does. Well, he wanted my parents to purchase his property because he had fucking pissed off a lot of really important people in Lawrence County, Kentucky. That's where we lived back then. He pissed them all off. And so he was wanting to get the hell out of there because like people were threatening him. And like these people don't just make threats that they don't, fulfill. These are bad, like people with a lot of power. And they have a lot of people that'll do anything they ask to do. So he was really concerned and wanted my parents to purchase his property so he could get the fuck out of Dodge. But my parents did not, they didn't want his property. And also they didn't really have the financial situation at that moment to do so. They went on their vacation, and that night their house burnt down. Our animals were in the house. Everything was burnt. And now, can I prove it? Sort of, but, sort of not. But I know, just knowing, because whenever he moved there, the house that he purchased, it got burnt. He had fixed another house, it burnt. His truck rolled down a hill and burnt. He burnt William Barker, who is Barker Mobile Homes in Prestonsburg, Kentucky. He's passed away now. But he lived at the main top of the hill in like a mansion. And it's called Lost Creek. Well, he burnt his sawmill. I'm not joking. This man burnt a bunch of shit. Then my grandma's trailer. See, mom and dad, like when their house burnt, they were going to move my grandma's trailer there while the other house was being built. And we had to pay out of pocket because they didn't have a big insurance policy at all. Did not cover half the shit we had. So all of my savings and Eric's, we put it into that house because one day it was supposed to be in our property. Well, the trailer gets burnt as well. And like the cops are just kind of looking like, they had to have proof of him doing it, but they knew who done it. Like everybody knows who done it because of everything else that got burnt. And anyway, so when that house burnt, my father's will burnt. And his copy of his will was supposed to have been with the Martin County attorney. Like he was my dad's lawyer. Well, he got cancer and died. And the person that took over his office is one of my sister's friends that she graduated with. She went to school with her whole life. So when I go to get the copy of his will so that my siblings could not auction off our home, it was gone. They did not have it. I'm not shitting you. I'm dead serious. Like this is how fucked up this little town works. So here's my mother, okay, and it was my mom and dad's name on it. They thought that if one passed away, everything would go to the other and they would split it up. That's the way they thought. Well, at the beginning of that year, the law had changed, and all it took was one of my siblings to counter us or whatever, and our home had to be auctioned off. And well, we had to bury dad. We had all this stuff going on. I just started back at the jail. Literally, the day that the accident happened, I went and had lunch with Roger Lee, who's the jailer, and then also the judge of the county, because he's the one that does the hiring. And they sent me over to Paintsville to the jail to put in my stuff to reapply. And I went and sold my yellow root to my dad's buddy. He called for me before I left. And I went and picked Sadie up. I was sitting in the line. I did not have a cell phone. And all these cops and ambulances are going by, right? And I just remember thinking to myself, God, I hope whoever that is okay. And well, I picked Sadie up and we're celebrating because I'm going back to work. I just graduated from college. That's why I actually left the jail, was to go to college. And so I graduated and I was going back. We come home, and as soon as we come over the hill, my heart just dropped to my toes. There was police officers and fire trucks, and just it was insane. And I'm a big daddy's girl. I gave up my home to move in there and help him because he had Alzheimer's and just his health was really going downhill. And my mom isn't healthy either, mentally or physically. And so we get there, and I have Sadie with me, and this neighbor from up the road. I cannot stand this girl. She's nasty. Like, she don't take care of her kids. She's just not a good person. She broke her neck to come down the hill and tell me my dad was dead. And I just wanted to beat her face in, to be honest with you. Because I thought she was, I couldn't comprehend what she was saying. My dad was like my everything growing up. He's the only person that kept me safe in my family out of everyone. They all knew things besides my dad didn't know about this one particular thing because my mom had always told me he'd go to jail if he knew. So I never told him. But he kept me protected and he was just my everything. And yeah, so that happened. And that was on August the 10th of 2018. It was Sadie's third day of first grade. And then days later is when the Chris Watts case happened. And I'd already lost Aiden and stuff. Well, when they auctioned off our home, my baby is buried there. And for the longest time, I couldn't go because every time I tried to, they act like I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing, like I was damaging the property, which I would never fucking do.
What the hell?
Yeah, and so legally, they're not supposed to be allowed to keep you from a grave, but they could
Right.
because they kept accusing me of things, and I just didn't need that bullshit,
Yeah.
So the story continues. I was in such a state of mind, like depressed and mourning and just not right. I mean, and I really had no resources, and Eric's like a really quiet person. He don't talk much. So I felt like I had nobody, no support, no nothing. So I clung to my YouTube community and I trusted so many people. I thought that they cared and were truly in it with me, and they fucked me over so hard. Like it broke me for the longest time. So anyway, I'm sorry for pouring my heart out to you. I don't know. I just
No, you're good. That's an absolutely crazy
I've
story.
never went into detail with it like that until this moment. You just make me feel comfortable.
Oh, thanks. I get that a lot.
You're easy to talk to.
Well,
I love you too, Anime. I hope you come up and talk with us a moment. I don't think we're going to stay on much longer unless you want to react to something else, Mr. Fusion.
I'm good for whatever.
I just
down.
adore you. Like, where did you come from? Where have you been?
Oh, I've been around.
Well, so have I. If you can't tell. Oh, you're just awesome for real. I'm gonna definitely. Do you have a TikTok?
No. Well, yeah. I don't do TikTok.
Make TikTok content so I can help you. I actually have a pretty good following on TikTok.
Well, see, the whole thing is I can make TikToks about my cats.
It's fun, and it has the best editing software I've ever used in my life. Thank you, Aries Dragon.
See, I don't show my face on camera because I like to do the whole mysterious thing.
Well, don't. Just show your feet and shit. That would be cool as hell. That'd be funny.
I think I'll throw some of my cat videos up on TikTok.
You can even edit your YouTube content and put it on there.
That's true.
I do that. Well, I put mine in Xanime's first interview on there. I cut it up, made it good, like her important points that she wanted to get across. I did that, and people watched it, and they a lot of the support come from TikTok. Believe it or not.
Oh, that's awesome. I've heard you can do a lot of cross-platforming.
You have no clue with TikTok the possibilities. It's insane.
That's awesome. Well, okay, so I'm a big cat guy, and when we bought the house,
Did you just say you have cats? I love cats.
Oh yeah. So my son has an inside cat,
right?
But when we bought the house that I'm in now, we have neighborhood cats that come around, strays,
right?
And I've been taking care of them, and I've got like 6 stray cats that come around my house all the time.
Oh, I feed all the cats here too, and they beat my little kitty up, and it kills me, but I still have to feed them.
Well, I have this one cat named Bob, and Bob. And Bob was very skittish when he first started coming around. It probably took me 6 months before he would let me pet him. But now every time he comes up, I can't get enough of Bob. He comes up, he wants me to pet him. He won't let me pick him up, but he'll let me pet him all day long. And he's freaking amazing. And I made some videos about him and put it on my YouTube page, but and everybody likes him. Everybody likes Bob, so I might make some more Bob content.
You should, for real. And especially like I was saying on TikTok, you could do Bob being down at your feet and not have, you know what I mean? That would be really neat content. Never show your face. I love that.
Yeah.
And I'll help share it.
I'd definitely like to do some more content with you. I think we could do some more reaction videos and stuff. I don't really found anybody that I mean, I've got friends that have YouTube pages that have been in the Johnny
Nobody
Goblin
here does
verse, and
YouTube locally.
yeah,
Nobody. They think I'm like weird, like, and actually some of them act like I'm like, I don't know, like fucking famous. It makes me feel weird as shit just because I have a
right.
YouTube channel. You know what I mean? It's
Well,
funny.
I'm trying to get at. I still like to troll. I'm trying to step away from the trolling a little bit and trying to
Mhm.
go in
You
a
know,
different
we
direction.
could do some cute trolling though on stuff. I mean, like I love comedy, and I've always searched for somebody that like I vibed with to be able to do like fun, like shit to make people smile and laugh. And I think we could do it. I really do.
Oh, definitely. I kind of like what me and Zanime did the other night when we
Yeah,
read the comments. That's the kind of fun stuff I like to
the
do.
three
Making
of
fun of.
us on those comments. Holy shoot, that
Oh
would
yeah.
be so good.
Oh yeah. I like to make fun of idiots in the comments that think they're
Hmm.
smarter than everybody else.
Yeah, and when we talk about like cyberbullying, cyber harassment and stuff, it's so different than having a little bit of humor and joking around. Like we're talking people that like when I say like these cyber bullies or this person, I don't just mean like, oh, they called me stupid or no, like I don't give a fuck. Call me stupid all day. Do it. Go
Right.
ahead.
Yeah.
But like
Exactly.
when you go into people's lives and you start fucking with shit like people's businesses, you talk about their kids, you say you're going to put their kids up on sites or you give people's addresses out and hire people to go to their houses and deliver letters like I've had done in the past. You call the cops and have them go out knowing those people have guns and stuff and like are really private people. Like things like that, that is fucking crazy. That's like coming from online, and when they go in your real life, that's cyberbullying. When they spread like really terrible lies about you, that's cyberbullying. Like when we
Oh yeah.
joke around and make videos and give them just a tiny taste of their own medicine, they fucking ask for that shit
See,
tenfold.
and that's what I do with this guy named Square that I made videos about. Like he goes on, and he gets high and takes his prescription meds and
Oh
goes in
God.
these weird rants and shit. And all I do is my videos are just his words with some funny edits in it. That's all it is. And people get most of the people in my community think it's funny. There are some that don't think it's funny and think I'm bullying him. I'm not
That
bullying
is not
him.
bullying.
I'm just showing everybody what kind of weird shit he does.
Yeah. There's a
And
difference.
the kid's a nice kid. He means well. He's 29, but he has the mentality of like a teenager.
Yeah. And he's
Um,
on YouTube putting it out there. When you become a public figure, even if you have one subscriber, if you start putting your life online and you become a creator, you are putting your life up to be judged and to be reacted to.
Unfortunately, yes, you're exactly right. We all know what we get into this when we get
Yeah.
into it. Unfortunately, and
Like,
I've sincerely tried to help the kid, try to bring his YouTube career path into a straight and narrow path, but every time somebody does that, he veers off to the left or to the right. I
so
don't know.
many people, like each person, it's different, right? Like with Ryan, it's like a God complex, like cult leader type ego. So it's
Exactly.
like really strong and easily, diagnosed. But then you've got people like the guy you're talking about, just from hearing what you've said, like their ego is just like kind of silly, kind of like Johnny Goble. Like they're just like, I don't know, incapacitated in a way with an ego.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
fifth grade mindset, but don't want to hear nothing bad. They don't want to accept any reality.
I did want to comment on something that Cambry brought up just a little bit ago. She
Yeah.
said, rumor has it the female crew over on Ryan's camp is bullying a psychic spiritual coach content YouTuber.
Are you
She
kidding?
made, yeah, she made a video and was mad, but you could tell she had been crying. So I know about that situation a little bit.
We could
So
look into it.
there is a app. I can't remember what it's called, but Patty knew this spiritual person because Patty's been doing some weird spiritual content here lately, and this girl I guess Patty befriended her, but then she was gonna charge like $1,100 for like a
What?
spiritual reading, and something happened between her and Patty, and then Patty went on the defense and started attacking her, and Tam Fam started attacking her. Yeah, it's really weird.
That's the one that was like mean looking, like in the middle and top, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Creative, intuitive. No, I was not. Laugh out loud.
Okay, that's her. Sorry, I don't know the story. I'm not trying to
Would you like to
say
come on?
her friend wanted to book it with me. Yeah, sorry, I'm not trying to misspeak the
No,
story or anything.
we're trying to support.
I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head what exactly happened. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to
We're
spread
in
any
support.
misinformation.
And if you'd like to come on, you're more than welcome. I mean, everyone should hear your story the same as every other person's story that we share.
Exactly, and I'd like to actually hear the story from your own mouth instead of Patty.
Exactly, instead of us having to kind of reference it from what we've heard, like in rumor form, because you know how that works. Each time, we've seen it done, like you whisper in somebody's ear and then it comes out like something totally different. So that, like the thing about me, Mr. Fusion, and Xanime, each of us always go straight to the source, or we do our best to do so, or we speak about it and try to get that person to notice and come in and tell us the truth.
They are creative. They are childish.
Yeah.
Patty is very childish.
I posted the link, though, if you'd like to just come on and share your story. You don't have to share your face or nothing, and you don't have to talk about any aspect of it that you don't want to. And if you don't want to talk about it, it's cool. But it is good to get the actual truth.
Yep, we're pretty chill people.
Yeah, we're just two old regular Joes that, try to help other people and do something more in life than just the average everyday going to work, taking care of your kids. It's just a little something on the side that we can do to help other people, to help with different things.
Yep.
And to bring a light into the world, right?
I'm a big, firm believer in giving people a voice, whether I disagree or don't disagree.
Absolutely.
I like people to get their side of the stories out.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's so crazy. I have come into like comments like on that guy, the round table guy. You know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Barebone reaction, something like that. And he does the round table podcast, he calls it.
Wait, what's his name again?
He's okay. It's so weird. The name of his channel is like Barebone Reactions or something like that. And then when he reacts to Ryan's stuff, he calls it the Round Table Podcast. Okay. He agrees with everything and makes excuses for him constantly. I'm sorry, but he does.
Lord. What are those, huh?
Well, let me show you. Actually. If you're down for that, I'll show you who I'm talking about.
I'm good.
And anyway, I would comment in there and just try to talk some sense into this boy because, like, it was embarrassing how the levels he was willing to go to take up for Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything he was making excuse after excuse. So I had to say something, you know me. But it was kind. I mean it in a good way. Like, I was like, dude, you're going to sink when the ship goes down. Like, he's not going to, take care of you anyway.
He's not going to throw you a lifeline. You're gonna
exactly. Round Table Podcast. Something like that he calls it. And it's like Barebone, something. I watch it. I've watched them so much. You would think it would just come up so easily. Barebone, something. Barebones. Okay, this is him. Okay. 1 month ago, let's see, Xanime Roundtable, Podcast Random Quick Squad. That's him talking about Xanime. I don't know if I want to, let's see. It's some of his worst ones, though, when he was, maybe I should just show an example, just how disgusting these people can be and how their excuses come from nowhere, from the hip.
Watch football.
Per se. That's what you said earlier. Yeah. We're shooting from the hip. Well, this dude definitely does. All right. Let me share my screen. Y'all are going to be like, what? Let's see. I professionally try. Let's read her comment before I do that. I professionally tried to cut off communication and they got upset, made up lies about how much I charge people. It literally was just them being jealous and weird. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
For real. Because I know how vindictive they can be. I've seen it. So,
yeah. And Patty Lynn, like, even though I was so like into Ryan stuff, I just kind of stayed with Ryan. Like I said, I never really drifted out until the Kylie Rodney situation. And that's when I started watching other people that discussed his content and him going on other panels. So that's when I really started watching. I've seen her before, and watched a little bit of stuff. But the Patty Lynn thing didn't come into my life until very recently, more or less.
Well, she didn't really make any. I mean, she had made some videos, but she didn't really start getting active until the Johnny situation, and then she really started coming out and started making videos.
Of course, like, I mean, they seen how everybody else was, benefiting from it, and they had to be the ones to, double benefit, help
Oh,
Mama
yeah.
out more.
Yeah, you're definitely in a safe place here, Creative. We're not going to attack you or anything. So if you definitely want
No,
to come up,
and we
please.
have a beautiful community. We really do. I'm proud of every person that's part of our thing. And I've had people drop out, and I'm like, thank God, because they're never willing to listen. They just, as anime is here.
Oh,
Welcome, welcome, my dear.
Hello, hello.
How
hi,
are
Anna.
you?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just
Are you,
resting today.
are you feeling good?
Yeah, feeling much better
Well, you
than
look
earlier.
beautiful. Your big, beautiful eyes.
It's the picture.
Okay. No, it's not the picture. I see your
It's
face, and it is gorgeous, and I love it.
it's filters. Oh, Creative Intuit is here.
Welcome.
Hey
Hi, Creative.
friends, how are
How-
we?
Ooh.
We're good. How are
Welcome.
you?
I'm so good.
Welcome.
So, oh my god, you guys, this has been the most craziest shit I've ever dealt with in my
Right.
life.
I could imagine. I mean,
I'm usually generally a private person. Like I do I do different things. I'm an entrepreneur, and like they had like reached out to me like months and months and months ago.
uh-huh.
And I've read for them, like both of them, and then one of their posse. I don't want to like spout names out because
I'll just say they're cult
you
like
know what I mean. Like I'm
you're-
generally a private person,
Yeah.
and I don't really like to like put people on blast, and I don't do that whole.
Well, they put you on blast. I mean, hell.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
you
why I
just
did a
did.
response
you.
video. I was like, "Fuck you!" Like, it's like this shit's bullshit.
We have to
right?
fight back. And, well, you're part of our community. I got your back.
It's just fucked up.
Yeah,
Like
we have you back here.
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, what? For one, like when you cut off communication with people, usually that's supposed to be like, hey, like I don't want to associate with you. Like I'm good. And with all the stuff that's been going on with their, everything with Ryan and everything like that, like I just didn't want to be involved in any of that. Like I didn't want to be associated with it. I advocate for people that have been through trauma and abuse. I mean, you guys can do your research on me. Like
Yeah.
I don't fuck around.
Oh my God, I love you already. I love it.
You know
We
what I
don't
mean?
fuck around, mother truckers.
I
Seriously,
don't.
though.
And it's frustrating for somebody who's already been through bullying and been through trauma and abuse to like sit there and have people
Rehash it.
come at me because I don't want to be associated with them.
Yeah.
And I just didn't understand it because the impression that I got from Patty was like she's really nice, she's really great. And like
Narcissist.
that's the problem, friends. Is like people that are narcissistic, they're really good actors.
Yeah, like Ted Bundy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it just made me upset that like I had already like helped them out spiritually, right? So I do a lot of different things. And
Oh.
yeah, so I was like, I'm always open to people, but when what happened is I'm on a platform called da 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 da. I don't want to put them on blast either, right? I need to, and that's the other thing is you have to like hold yourself professional
Absolutely.
no matter where you are. And the issue, what I found and I ran into was like they were tagging me in all these posts on Instagram, like, hey, I'm going live, da 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 da. And I would always go in and I'd support and I'd be there. And that's the kind of person I am.
You help to drive their content. That's amazing, and so just knowing now what's happened. Exactly.
They never supported me. So I was like,
that's how it is.
It's
they
weird,
just want,
right?
Yeah, they never want to give unless it's giving you a fucking hard time.
Yeah. So I was just like, stop tagging me and stuff. And then one of her people had reached out to me because they wanted to do the inner child healing masterclass, which you guys can go on the website, Creative Intuitive, check it out. I spent over 2 years building that masterclass. It's just,
Can you send me your link in the private chat so I can share it with everyone?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
So anyways, she's like snapshotted the link and she's like, should I do this? And I'm like, you can do whatever you want. Like, I'm not going to like tell you what you can and cannot buy. And friends, the masterclass is $150. So I don't know where in the fucking world they got $1,100 from.
That's very reasonable price too. Well, because in California, those kind of classes will run it's a very reasonable price. So go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt.
it's fine. I'm just like, I couldn't
Oh,
understand where they would get that number from. And that's why I got pissed off is like for one, I didn't even know they were making those videos. Like I was
Yeah.
busy working. I'm a full-time mom. I have a son on the spectrum of autism. Like,
Oh,
you know what I mean? We
I
homeschool
feel you,
full-time.
baby.
Like I don't have fucking time.
I
Right?
done homeschool once before too. And then you're working, you're doing online stuff. You got your online business, and you got these fucking assholes up your ass. Oh my God, love your heart.
It's just,
Oh,
like I just didn't get it. Like I was just like, okay, like I sent one of them a private message, and I was like, listen, like I can't, I'm all set. Like I don't want to be involved with your drama and everything you have going on, especially with the whole Rodney, that whole case. Like I don't, like I'm not a big like huge YouTuber. Like if you go and look at my channel, like it's all meditation videos, like it's all healing.
I need
I had
more
to
of you
shut
in
my
my life.
comments off because I was like, I know what they do to people, and I have clients, you guys, that are very sensitive and have been through a lot of different things, and I don't want them getting attacked, you
By
know?
them, yeah.
So it's like I have to protect not only myself, but my family and
You're
my
like Ickid Mel to me. Like, yeah, you have respect for your people that, are part of your community that help with yes, I get it. And you have to protect them. Like, that shows how, honorable, is that the word I'm looking for?
integrity.
Well, you have integrity, but also like the loyalty and
Yeah.
respect you have for those that are around you, It's not like you would sell out like a lot of other people have. And then
Well,
you get trashed. You're another person that's been trashed. This is insane. The numbers of people that we've spoken to who have been harmed by this group of people. And then I'm so sorry. Seriously. I'm going to let you talk though, but it kills me.
Well,
no,
it's it's a it's a
go ahead.
pattern with Ryan and his mom. Anybody they don't like, they have to destroy. Unfortunately.
Well, that's what I don't understand. It wasn't even between me and Patty. It was literally between me and another person. And then I knew that if this person didn't respect the fact that I didn't want to talk to him, and then they were coming in my live stream on whatnot, and then I blocked them, and then they tried to come in another streamers on their channel. Patty did. I was just like, I blocked him out of that stream because I just don't want my people to get attacked. And I've seen what they've done, and I'm just like a mama bear, like trying to protect people from the bullshit.
Well, I have a
Same.
question about that, the whole blocking thing. Like, I saw her make a video about she was trying to talk to the platform that you were on about you blocking people, and she's saying that you couldn't do that. What the hell is she talking about?
So you can't block people without like reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of their policy. But
Really? That's kind of weird.
well, I mean, yeah, I get it, but like I wouldn't have done it if I didn't feel like they were trying to be malicious, because they had already came into my live stream that morning.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then someone bought something and didn't say anything after one of them came in, and I was just like, I'm not having this. Like, I don't want my people to deal with this shit.
I've never
And
heard of a platform telling you you can't block somebody. That's really strange.
well, they've gotten, actually over the last like week and a half, they've gotten and changed some of their things where you can now permanently block people. Because
That's
before,
good.
before, like, you block them just out of your stream, and then they'd be able to come in the next streams.
Oh,
And I'm
that's
like,
awful.
okay, this
That's
is weird.
interesting.
This doesn't make, it's kind of like YouTube. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can block people, but they can still watch your shit.
Yes.
Right.
And then they can still go
Okay.
and react and exploit you and all that. And yeah.
So like
So
certain platforms haven't, that's the only thing I don't like about YouTube is like they don't really protect.
I think they should go by IP address. The way that YouTube works and how awful it is, and I am going to fight for this. Like, seriously, I'm not even kidding. As a community, we got to fight for new laws for our youth, for our children, because look at our world, okay, especially through COVID. Everything is going more and more online, more virtual. You can buy virtual properties, for God's sake, and they cost like just as much as a house does.
Oh yeah.
So imagine if we do not create some form of accountability, like our politicians and shit have got to start listening to us, and I will not stop until they do. We have got to have like a serious serious criminal charge against people that harass and bully and make new things over and over and over. When you block them, they go make new accounts. They need to follow those IP addresses and keep them and hold them accountable. Just like how I was hacked and then I'm still paying the consequences, my AdSense and shit. That has got to change. They've got to do something to protect their good creators.
Well, I'll tell you, Brittany, the one thing that people need to make more awareness of and try to get Congress to change is the Section 230 laws. So we can start holding platforms more accountable.
You are so
for what
right.
they let happen on their platforms.
Yeah, because look at this, the status of Ryan, for instance, right? Look at the shit he's done. If I done that, what would happen to me?
Exactly.
You'll be gone off the platform.
I got sliced because of two people. They were basically one channel, but two people that I trusted, that I hired. I paid them. I paid them up front, just $50, right? But that right there is a down payment for them to work for me, and that means they shouldn't have been fucking me over, you know? And they had access to my shit, all this. YouTube knows this. And there's proof that the stuff that was done on my account was done from an outside source, a different IP address. But yet they've not done shit to change the consequences. I can't get my big channel back. I'd worked so hard. Within 4 months, I had 10,000 subscribers when I first started. And I got all that took away from me. And because I had only one AdSense account connected to two channels, which is this one, it used to be Southern Challengers. When that happened and they were going hard on me, it's a weird situation how they done it. It's like a big smear campaign. They had, I entrusted them. They gave me permission for us to share content. For my birthday, they'd made me like this video to go along with my video. They'd convinced me that this girl was actually Lana, and it was not. And anyhow, I used that part of their video. I've got text still yet on like thankfully I put it up on my Facebook group, but it tells them like asking me, did you put that in your video? Are you going to use that? Did you get that content I sent you? You can use it. And then prior to that, I'd been given permission to use any content from their site whatsoever because, we worked hand in hand. They used that against me when they decided they were going to flip on me after they'd watched my account, figured out who sent me the most. Because I used to get like super chats, and it's not like I asked for them. People just loved me because of my personality, and they would send it. Well, the whole time, I never thought about it. I thought they were my friends. In the background, you could hear her whispering to him about my numbers, write that person, and they would block those people. The people that sent me super chats, that's how it started. And my like really close friend at the time, her name was Tipsy. She was on my channel. She was telling me, hey, this is going on. Well, whenever she told me, they got totally pissed. And I didn't realize yes, Jet's mom, they had me convinced. And I feel so sorry for her. I've apologized several times that I actually believed them. But also there was more to it. Like one girl that was put in my group from their group, like it was one of their posses or whatever. She had also told me, Jet's mom sent me a thing wanting your address. And they just made me think. And you see, I'd already had people come into my house. I'd already had like cops come out, like they'd swatted me. So I believed it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just crazy, the shit that they done. And it worked so well just because I'm a gullible piece of shit, I guess. So,
hey, there's Congress is actually taking a relook at the 230, Section 230. Not Congress, the Supreme Court. This is actually what's happening right now. They're trying to say that because Section 230 is actually covering, because, for example, if you're a news channel, right, and one of your reporters is talking about something, then this news channel will be liable for it. But since the platforms, they're not, everybody who's using the platform is not the news channels. And that's why they're not held liable for what is said. But yet they are still putting out their own content as well, like the Twitter and YouTube and everything. And so they're trying to revise a lot of it and take a look at like what it actually entails. And I don't know, we'll see where it goes.
I hope
they change it.
We all deserve it. I mean, we deserve a nice, safe platform that, if they're making the wrong decisions based on who brings them more money, that's the reason that they're choosing this person over this person. They should be held accountable for that,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well, I tell you, half the content that is on these platforms would not be here if these social media companies were a little bit more put to the fire about what they do. They can come out with all the policies they want, but at the end of the day, they know they're not going to be held liable for a lot of this stuff. And until Congress does something to make them be liable, it's just going to keep continuing to happen and get worse.
You're correct. Yeah.
Exactly. So I found this article. It's
You want to share your screen?
Sure. Hold on a second.
I love you so much. Seriously.
Yeah.
I know I tell you all the time, but I really do. Like, it's a blessing to me. I just can't even.
I love you all, guys. Oh, by the way, Creative Intuitive.
Yeah.
When I watched that video when they were just terrorizing you, and then the fact that you came out and talked about the cyberbullying and the look in your eyes and everything when you came out with that video, and when I saw the panel is just going off at you, that's why I reached out to you,
I've
because
never seen this.
it tore
They
my
probably
heart.
fucking took it down.
I want to see
mean,
this.
I like, they're like, oh, come on the stream. And I was like, fine, I'll go on the stream. And I looked like at all of them and they couldn't even look me in the eye. Like that's how you know when you can't look somebody, even though it's on video or whatever.
Yeah.
If you can't like address somebody and then you're going on and you're making videos like chastising somebody and saying they're charging this and they're doing that.
They care none about anyone but themselves.
It's the most
Exactly.
asinine thing. If you guys went and looked at all my testimonials and everything that I have, it's all right there. You
I
can see
believe
it.
you. I mean, like
I don't have anything to gain, and I don't have anything. I'm not
but
here.
they do. They gain off of hurting people. That is their content right there. That's it. Plain and simple. And like Mr. Fusion and I were talking about earlier, before in the past, when it first like started, I didn't really think nothing of it. It would seem like kind of set up. It seemed like friendly, friendly fun. But then as it went on, I realized that it was getting darker and darker and there was red flags everywhere. And then there was these accusations coming out. And like, I'm just now hearing your story and it breaks my heart because it's a fucking shame. And when it's a woman, they go 10 times harder, like how they did with Xana.
Yes, they do.
And they started on me, but they were going to try to take the road of like, I knew Johnny and yada, yada, yada. But what they didn't realize is I knew Johnny because I was a police officer and a corrections officer in his life. And he fucking hates me, So their agenda didn't work.
Yeah.
And, I'm so sorry.
Well, I think it was funny because like I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm asking them questions straight out. I'm like, you can't even answer these questions because it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. And then they're sitting there going, well, you are great, Elise. You're so wonderful. You're so.
Oh my God.
I'm like, well, what is it?
Yeah, which is it?
What fucking is it?
The reason why they keep going after women is because they think they're going to kowtow and not speak up to say anything.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's discrimination towards us. Like it really is.
Yeah.
You see how they act about men. Anytime it's a manly man that'll kick some motherfucking ass, they back down real quick. Like Ryan only stayed on that heavy duty country for one video, 2 videos, not very long.
Two videos,
yeah. But had that been anyone else, he would have fucking drugged them through the sun, the mud, through hell. But he didn't because he got concerned.
Johnny can't fight himself on a wet paper.
Oh yeah, Johnny is a wet noodle. Yeah.
The only thing, so that's the crazy thing about this is right. Like, I respected his music and like I don't know anything really about Gobble or anything of that shit.
Right, and I know him personally. That's just why I feel comfortable to say that.
I don't get into the YouTube craziness. Like I just literally I stick to my own little area. I put out my healing videos. And
we need your healing for sure.
Well, that's what I was upset about is like, I'm like, you all have experienced healing from me. And because I don't want to follow your narrative, you're going to instantly go on the attack.
It's bullshit. That's awful.
That's the sad part about it. And Xaname reached out to me in the email and I was like on the fence about it. Like I've seen the case, I've seen everything that Ryan's been doing. And I'm just like I don't judge anybody. Right. And I had to I wanted to hear her side and see what she had to say. She's the most genuine fucking person
absolutely
I've ever talked to.
Thank you.
And it's not fake. It's not like it's like actually real. I'm not even joking you. Like today, for instance, okay, I should have been the one to message her first, which I had planned to because I had wrote it down. I have to write things down because I have short-term memory. Like I know it sounds insane.
Yeah.
I have great long-term memory, but my short-term, that's why I have this notebook. So a lot of times I'll jump in and I don't mean to, but if I don't say it, like I'll forget. I know it sounds stupid, but it's just, it really is a serious thing. Like, and it fucks my life up. But I write things down and it helps me get through. But like, you are a genuine person as well, and I can feel it. Like, I've always had this thing. I can feel somebody's vibe. And a lot of times I will, just because I want to see good in people, I'll avoid it and think, well, no, I'm just overthinking it. But no, those vibes and those intuitive like feelings, they're real. And I can just feel it from both of you. And you talking about healing and all this stuff, we need that more than anything. And for you to supply that to somebody, to give them that's like the best gift you can give a person is peace of mind and healing in your heart and your soul. And clearly they didn't actually they didn't actually take it in, because they're not those people. They're searching for something that they wasn't ready for, I guess. But I mean, I've not got to watch the video of you, but I am asking if you care if I do watch it. And if I mean, do you want me not to ever say nothing about it, or it's up to you? It's your story. But I'm here for you. And each voice that speaks out in this situation, it helps, because it proves that there is a pattern, and it's not just one person. It's not just two. So I've got a list right here. For instance, I just literally wrote down 6 names, and there's 10 more that I need to add. And those are people that recently have been hurt by these people.
Well, it's so much. I don't even watch I don't go and I don't watch it because I don't care. Like, I took down the videos of me reacting and being upset because, like, we're human, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna react, right? And I just wanted them to know that, like, that was low. It's a fucking low blow to do to somebody. And especially if someone tried to just do the right thing and cut off communication, and then you kept stalking them and fucking going into their professional areas of their business and trying to cause some, cause drama.
That's their MO. Yeah.
So I'll give you guys a quick little backstory about me if we have a minute.
I'll go for it, baby. I'm here for it.
So I'm Elise, known as the Creative Intuitive.
Elise, that's such a beautiful name.
Yeah. So my name was supposed to be Tiffany, but thank God my mom.
Oh God, mine was going to be Tina. So praise the Lord, my aunt took their name.
Oh my God, she was like 8.5 months pregnant and started the movie Somewhere in Time, and she's like, "Oh, I got to change the name."
Elise,
so yeah, fucking funny. So it's like, I've been through a lot of trauma. I was sexually abused at the age of 9.
I was too. I was 4.
Yep.
Just had open heart surgery.
Yeah, I've been through a lot of abuse, a lot of trauma, depression,
so
suicide, alcoholism. I was a juvenile delinquent. I've been through a lot of shit in my life, and it took me a really long time to kind of turn my life around. A lot of that I attribute to my grandmother, and I started doing entrepreneurship back in like 2018. And I was freelancing for like a couple years before that. I come from a long line of entrepreneurs. So like my grandfather's business is still run today. It's a 75-year-old business.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Like,
congratulations.
That's all I know is like hard work, grind. And
my business savvy stuff is not on point.
We'll teach you.
My soul is there, but my business, I don't have business skills, y'all.
You could book a brand called Soul.
There we go. I need to, for sure.
Just kidding. So
no, I'm serious. I'll get the funds. Wait and see. And I need help. Seriously.
So anyways, like I literally like I had my spiritual awakening in 2018. I know I've always been intuitive, but when I went through that massive awakening, I was going through postpartum depression, like wanting to cry every single day.
You sound like me. Like,
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, spirit, God, source, whatever you guys fucking believe in, like, he aligns us with the people that we need to be aligned with. And I feel like that's what happened with Zanime. Like, when she reached out to me in email, and I was like, I was just like ready to shut fucking my channel off. I was like, fuck this. I don't have time for this.
Oh, I'm so glad she
well,
reached
you know
out
what I mean? Like, I have so much, like, not like everybody else doesn't have a lot on their plate, but like, to deal with a son on the spectrum of autism, to homeschool, to be a business owner, I mean, it's a lot. And I don't engage in shit like this. Like, it's not a part of my day to fucking try to like make sense to people that are children. Literally. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So when I look at everything and everything I've been through up till now, like I have moments where I get triggered and shit like that triggers the fuck out of me. And I did that video in reaction because I was literally crying for like an hour because I saw the video and the shit and the posts they put up, and I'm like, what's the point? Like, what are you gaining? That's what I didn't understand. Like, it's not like I'm like Nicole Arbor or some other fucking person that they want to fucking run through them. I don't care. I don't.
But they do every person like that, no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's insane.
Well, that's
Any
the thing.
little thing.
I'm a little fish, right? I'm just tiny. I'm just.
You're
like
not tiny,
But
actually.
but you're tiny. You tiny fish, but you're a fucking
You are
piranha.
a big motherfucking fish. You're a motherfucking shark. You're a
No,
baby.
you're a
I don't mean that
piranha
physically.
because piranhas, they deadly in
Yeah.
forces.
I'm with anime. Okay, yeah, piranha. But you are strong and you are mighty and you have a community that will have your back here. And they have a community of absolute assholes, like mean people. Well, by George, we are developing a community of caring, funny, passionate, real life people with morals. That's what we got here.
Well, that's why I came on tonight, because I just I'm generally private about shit like this, and like I think that the fact that you guys invited me on, I'm really grateful for that, and I follow all of you, and I think you're really great streamers.
Thank you for coming on, and thank you for the compliments.
Yeah,
Jesus.
well, I think it's cool to have different points of views, and I think it's totally cool to have these these are intelligent conversations.
Yeah. Look at the four of us, what we each have to provide. Like you with your oh my God, it's like beautiful. It really is. I'm looking at it here and I'm maybe biased, but I just super feel like we got something fucking amazing going on together here.
You're funny.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yes, it
That's
does.
right.
And I feel like you actually becoming stronger. At least I'm talking about you. When I first reached out to you and I was like, if you would like to talk, I'm here for you. And you mentioned that you just don't want to do anything. You mentioned that you don't want to deal with this. But then you reached back out. You reached back out, and all I heard is strength coming from you, and you have grown from this experience.
Well, it's because of that rock I found on that beach,
Oh my gosh, I heard that story about a rock.
I actually posted in my community tab her picture.
That's where I found it. Okay, all right. Because I religiously check with anime stuff, and I'm going to start doing it with each of you, because we're, like I said, I feel like this is a family, a community, and I want to support each of you, and have your back and put your stuff out there and make it beautiful and let people see it.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be like. There's not supposed to be competition. There's not I'm better than you, or I'm on some fucking pedestal. Or
friggin' true crime community is, oh my God, they are channel eaters. I'm sorry. It's not everyone, but a large amount. Like I've dealt with some absolute trash bags like that just don't care about nobody. And this is beautiful. Like I said tonight, I don't even consider myself that anymore. So I know that my former followers, a lot of them, they get mad at me for talking about other things. But I swear, I'm just going to talk about whatever it is that we need to talk about. It's a different, everything's changed. And I feel like truly that this is meant to happen. And I think it's going to create like a bigger change than anyone realizes.
And four of us can grow.
Yeah.
Look at Fusion. I mean, he got a ton of shit for talking about and anime and that stuff. And it's like,
I don't care.
But you don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? You step out of your comfort zones, and like that's the same thing that anime did for me. Is like she reminded me, and then I went home, and I'm from Cape, and I went to the beach, and I like saw all these signs and synchronicities. And I'm like, fuck, like my ancestors were like, stop being a bitch and just pull up your big girl pants and just deal with it.
Oh my God!
Trust me, I was very nervous coming and having.
Welcome, Jet's mom. Guys, just real quick, I hate to interrupt what we're got going on, but I got to tell you. So Jet's mom is the female that I was telling y'all about. She was so sweet to me. And like, that was the thing. Everyone who actually loved me, like that actually had a connection with me and like benefited from my content. and would contribute, they did not want that because they wanted them on their team. And Jet's mom, they had convinced me, okay, that she was actually Lana, and she had reached out to one of my mods for my address, okay, and they made it out like she was like one of the people that were trying to hurt my child and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I was defensive. And the video they'd made, I used it in my, like, I've learned so much. I've grown so much, and I've apologized. But she's such a good person. Her and her little boy Jet would come on. And I just want to thank you for being here so much. Like, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's water under the bridge, honey. It's
I know, but
I've learned so much. I mean, just so you my story is you were the first person I was ever on a panel with.
I loved having you on panel too. I loved doing that. And they broke me on that. Like, I couldn't do it anymore, you know?
Well, you were like, you grew quickly.
Hell yeah. And they hated it.
And people get really, like, I think it was just really funny because, like, I don't watch Kim and Crafton at all.
Yeah.
But last night it was just Crafton, and I guess his wife's going through some stuff right now, and like I'm really empathetic to that stuff because I'm also a huge empath and also extremely intuitive. I know when I get good people. That's like, I don't know if you know. I mean, I met Say Robbie in person.
Right.
Like, I mean, I have good friends I've met through here.
I love Say Robbie.
That's great. And
But
this is the type of community we want to build.
listen, you guys will love Jet's mom. She really is a sweetie.
We love Jet's mom already.
Yes.
I stepped off of YouTube. I haven't made anything in quite a while. Like not a while, like a month.
Well, I hope you start now. We've got to come together and create and be a community. We do. We need you.
Kindness is key, and that was always.
You were cyberbullied and smeared. Actually, you fit this absolutely 100%. Might not be Ryan Upchurch, but you were done like by the same people that screwed me. You were part of what they done to me. That it was like they didn't even care about you. They didn't care about so many other people as well. They wanted them on their team, and they did it. And then, but I knew, like I said back then, I said, you wait and see. People will find the truth. Like, I put it out there, and finally, I said, it's a pattern. Watch and see. They'll do it to this person, that person, and they did. And it finally came out. Thank God.
Well, people have to see it for themselves.
That instinct and karma and just the way the universe, whatever you call it, God.
Yes, Mom. I never told you either. Nikki B, that was from Armchair Detective, she, besides Kim and Crafton, she was the other person driving home that you were out to get me. Just so you know. I've never said it, but I'm saying it here now.
If you ever look at anything on my channel, like I'm like no, we don't talk about names.
Right.
We don't do this. We just don't do it.
Well, I'm doing this here because she made me like look so bad, and yeah, she was not an innocent person like she had played out to be at the time. Maybe she's changed, and I forgive her. But she did that. It's true, and I don't care one bit to say it. So,
well, forgiveness is a huge step always. And
it is. I even forgive Kim and Crafton, but had I, like, I don't want anything to do with that. Like the way they do people. Oh my God.
Well, it's. I mean, just when it was just Crafton last night, I will say this. He did, because I just simply in chat, I just said, they brought up the situation a little bit. How if you get too attached to these mods, people you trust without knowing them,
that's the worst decision.
And that's the truth. Really is you have to go after your own channel and take care of it yourself. And
yes,
you got big and you had too much to do.
Yeah, and I trusted these. I thought these girls were like us. But they were implanted. Like, I had people implanted from one channel, from this channel, and I didn't know it. I actually thought that they were my friends. Like, okay. With Men's Anime, though, it's like so different and it's natural. Like with that, I guess if I look back now, I can kind of see the clues and like how it was done. So now when these same people will try to come to me and want to talk about other people and this and that, I tell them, no. Hit the door, Jack. And they're like, well, I can't support you. Well, I don't want that kind of support. I don't want people coming over here making it look like I'm saying something I'm not just because you want to talk about them.
Yeah, you want to build a community of people who are like truly supporting, and
Yes.
then if they come over here and start attacking other people in your own chat,
Yes.
no, if you don't want to support, then don't support, unsubscribe,
Exactly.
be gone, find another channel. 100.
Yep. What was you? Okay, I'm so sorry. I interrupted what you were saying, Elise. So I want to apologize, and Mr. Fusion. But I had to tell you who Jet's mom was and welcome her in.
Oh no, you're good. I was just saying.
Good. I'm just chilling, listening. You guys are great. Yeah.
When when I was gonna have Zanime on my channel, I was really nervous because I knew that
The backlash.
I had some I a lot of my people are big lineup track fans.
I just told them to hit the door.
I knew I was gonna get a bunch of shit for it. I mean, and to my surprise, some of the hardcore guys that have had my back since I started really came around and supported what we were trying to do.
That's
which
so
is
good.
surprising. But I've got some that don't, but that's
Right.
okay.
They'll eventually have, they'll see eventually, or they won't.
Hey, Brittany, and I'm sitting here going back and looking through some of your old videos. You got to do that cinnamon challenge again. I was watching the video.
Oh God! I still have my. God, I just choked here. It killed me and made me laugh so hard. I still have the hot chips or whatever. I need to do that. Like I couldn't believe how well I do these challenges. I'm very competitive, apparently.
It's fucking funny as fuck. I'm sitting here mute my mic, cracking the fuck up.
Have you ever heard of the Bell Life?
Yeah, yeah.
I went and hung out with them, and Justin and Trey talks to me on Instagram all the time. But Justin and his wife Amy, they gave me like a bunch of their stuff that they'd used to hurt each other with. I still have it. Like they're so cool.
Yeah, I've seen he's also got the Bell Life shorts too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I've talked to him. He's actually. I was in a place when all the Johnny Gobble stuff went happening, and I was actually going to stop making content. He actually kept telling me to keep going. So they're good people.
Right. Well, I'm glad you actually kept going. And that interview that we did, at first I was like, okay, so we're gonna get a lot of haters, a lot of like attack, but surprisingly, because we did talk about cyberbullying, we did talk about a lot of very important issues, and surprisingly, it was very calm chat.
Yeah, it went really well. I was surprised.
Mel was talking like how good it was. Yeah.
It was very calm chat.
Yeah, I rewatched it. It was really good.
Mel was talking like how good it was. Yeah.
Oh, somebody has
double. Yes, Mama, your other tab up. She muted. Okay.
I'm trying to get Ikamil to come on and do an interview with me.
I asked him too, and he kind of wants to, but he's like, iffy.
Yeah, he's really iffy about it.
And I don't want to push him anyway.
He might do it after. You might do it after everything blows over.
Yeah.
Maybe like a few months or so.
He is cool as shit though. Like he is so down to earth, and like I don't even know. Like I see why anime. Like I watched him before too, but like I said, for 2 years I wouldn't comment on nothing. I wouldn't get involved just because of everything that happened. But I would watch from a distance. And I watched him. And like I said, I watched Ryan, which I really highly regret now.
Oh, Zame, did you see that Patty Lynn stole your idea and did a live stream where she was reading mean comments the other day?
Yeah, that's okay. Some people don't have original ideas.
Yeah, they have no original.
They like to take up some other ones. And you know what? Ideas are ideas. So, and also people can reshare them and share them as long as they spread the comments section and the commentary.
Listen, that just goes to show how intelligent and amazing we are and how creative you are. I swear.
That's right.
Because you turn something absolutely shitty into something absolutely positive.
Yep.
Well,
and that's a hard thing to do.
You have to. It doesn't matter. So I've been through a lot of crap in my life, and there's a lot of stuff that I might talk about, might not talk about.
That's your decision.
Yeah, eventually. Actually, you know what? I do have the story of us. It's about me and my best friend and some of the stuff that we had to endure through our lives and how we came together. It's pretty interesting story. It's on my page.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like an hour long because we're trying to do a podcast.
You have the link?
Yeah.
Give it to me in the private, and I'll put it in here for everyone to go see.
Okay.
Is it on your YouTube channel or?
It's on my YouTube channel. So we were trying to do a podcast like 6 months ago, and our podcast is basically 21st century female podcast. So it's just me and her. and we were gonna build a community kind of like this one and talk about the why strong independent woman is an irrelevant term nowadays. So basically you're a strong woman but not as much as independent, because you tend to depend on your pets, you depend on your therapist, you depend on all of this bad people and all those good people in your life, because you take all the bad people, you learn from the experience and you
Yeah.
move on. So this is what we're trying to kind of build, to break down that you are not truly independent, but you can be very strong, like a warrior strong.
I developed a codependency. Like, it's insanity, but Eric and I, in high school or whatever, he was like super jealous, right? Young, when he was young. And so was I. But like, I developed this codependency on him because I wouldn't talk to like anyone. I was afraid. I mean, it sounds crazy. It's not like he was abusive or anything, because he never has been. It's just my crazy brain. Like, I have OCD, and I've explained those things. I don't hide it or anything. It's just who I am. And I was so codependent on him. Like, I wouldn't even go to friggin' Walmart by myself. And like, it really developed when I lost Aiden, my little boy, and then all those other tragedies came about. That's when it just continuously got worse. So for the 2 years that I did not create, I mean, it was really sad. It really was. Like, it's disgusting to me to think of how I'm a strong person, strong willed. Like, Eric and I are two different people, but I developed a lot of his what would the word be? Like, the way he would react to things. I developed those reactions, and like, I became like scared of things, like scared to go out. Almost like what is that called? Agoraphobia, where you don't leave your home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was almost like, honest to God, I was almost agoraphobic. Like, I could not leave the house. I felt like, I don't know, like everything that happened, like the crazy people that were coming, like we moved, thank Jesus, because there was really like insane mother truckers coming to my house and stuff. Like, they would put stuff in my mailbox, like, I don't know. And it really had me to the point where I was just so depressed that I gave up on everything, along with what was going on with the house and my siblings. And then the whole trailer incident, like with the lady that I trusted there, and losing my dad's tools and everything, like literally like $30,000 worth of a lawnmower, equipment, all this stuff. And I just gave up. I could have took her to court, but my ass couldn't get out of bed because I was so damn depressed. And like, it's sickening, but I did. I gave up. I gave up on air. I mean, like, this is like the first time I'm speaking this. And I have a daughter that I love so much, and it's so selfish of me, but I gave up and wanted to end everything. Like, I tried to end everything. But God kept me here for a reason, and it's for my child and for us, for our community. And just coming back online and like getting Sadie in cheerleading and getting her back in gymnastics, all these things that I've began to do, it has caused like a new rebirth of me, of who I was, like who I forgot. When Aiden passed away, like my brain, when it like hid away those thoughts and those memories, it also hid away like who I am. Like, I was like a walking zombie. And it was like a adventure, a journey to try to remember, like, who am I? What do I enjoy? What do I love? Because when that happens, you feel like you can't laugh, you can't smile, you can't love, you can't be happy. And I know that sounds stupid, but it's just how my brain was functioning. I developed this codependency for Eric. I wouldn't like go anywhere unless he was with me. And finally, I've broken free. And I can't even tell you what you guys mean to me, what this means to me. And that's how I felt before. Only this time, it's just like so genuine. The people, like, it's just like different. It's so different.
And you
I'm
became stronger. You became
Yeah,
stronger from that experience. By the way, thank you
absolutely.
so much for sharing this. This actually, this means a lot, because when you share personal trauma with a larger audience, it because it's out there now,
It could help
and
somebody else, maybe.
exactly. And it also, when you don't hold all of that emotions in and actually share your experiences and how you grown those experiences, you can go back and and re-listen to yourself within a month or a year, and then you can say like, wow, I am much stronger now. I have a lot more support, and I'm trying to help other communities. So it's
Mhm.
you when you become I, and then you talk about me, this is what happened to me, you release it and then becomes we.
I think there's a lot of empowerment when you step into dealing with the grieving process and then dealing with the repair and then having to really look at, the dynamics of that situation. I mean, to lose a child is something I could never put myself in because it's never happened to me. And it's hard to understand because I've never been there. But I think grief, it affects people differently depending on the circumstance. But the fact that you even talk about it, it's such a huge, I can feel it. Like I read people on a soul level, and just by you speaking that, I can feel so much weight being lifted.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's other people out there that have been through, kind of similar things with losing a child.
And even worse situations.
And worse. Yeah. And just by you talking about it, and if you guys catch us on the replay, like, just know that you're not alone. Know that, like, there's individuals out there that have been through pain and trauma, and you have a voice.
Yeah. And it's good, like, for, people who've been through a lot of tragedy. And at one point, I didn't like to share my stories because I watched the Catfish on MTV, and they would talk about like how those people would tell. But this is my real life. Like, this is literally like this happened, all these things. And it's insane. I mean, before I was 21 years old, I already had been through all this stuff, and to explain that story, like to explain it, to put it out there, it's like you're exposing yourself, And at first I thought, well, it doesn't need to be about me, but it is good. It is so good to get that off and to have people like a community like we have here to be able to speak it to, and to know that maybe there's another mother or anyone, maybe a father, or maybe just a living human being out there that can hear this, all of our stories, no matter which it is, and be able to relate and be like, well, if they can do that, I can do that. Because I'm telling you now, I was at the rock bottom, like financially, mentally, physically, everything. I had just given completely up. Like everything had been took here at this one situation. My baby had been taken, my dad. And like I told you, like my dad was my safe place. When he would go ginsenging, when he would go skin, like my dad was an outdoorsman, like, raised very poor. He didn't finish school. He went to 5th grade because him and his siblings would have to walk like, I forget how many miles out of a holler. And half the time they didn't even have shoes to wear to school. And so I come from a long line of really poor, like, people from Kentucky, like the poorest part of Kentucky, the Appalachia, where now like the drug epidemic is absolutely terrible. The kids, the Mountain Dew thing. I'm sure you all saw the 60 Minutes thing that come out about Martin County, Kentucky.
I haven't seen
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, I lived in the center. Like the reason I ran for sheriff is because I know so many people from each county where I worked at the jail, and then also just going around and helping people. I've always done it my whole life. I've always volunteered and helped support other people. So I've known a lot of people. Well, I was living in Martin County whenever I was creating the first time. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but I lost track. So I'm going to hush and let you guys talk. Anyway.
We love you, Brittany.
But anyway.
Yeah, we love you. Hey, this is good. And then your little snorts are freaking adorable.
We should call it Brittany's Tangents.
Yeah.
I've always had this thing in my throat, like it causes it. And like if I drink pop, I don't know if any of you, this is so off the topic, but my throat will do this little like popping thing. I don't know. It's weird. Mm-hmm. It relates though. I promise it relates.
Well, I think when you speak your truth, so the thing about pain and trauma, right? You're an energetic being, and this is kind of my take on it. You guys don't have to listen to it. You can go, it's time.
No, I want to hear it. Thank you.
I want to hear it.
Well, yeah.
But, in certain practices, like, ancient Chinese medicine and stuff like that, they believe in energy. And so when you're experiencing blockage within, say, your throat chakra, right, which is your communication center, you will actually build up such an energy blockage in there that it will take physical manifestation into different things and pains and weird things. So
Yeah.
it's possible that because you're starting to release some of those blockages in the throat that you have those tics. But
Oh my
the
goodness.
more you speak, the more you release, the more easier it's going to be for you to absolve some of those issues.
You are just absolutely amazing. Oh
You
my
just
goodness.
sold me on your classes. I'm
Yes.
gonna sign up.
Can we do like group classes? No.
You guys are so
This is amazing though, really. I think this is going to be healing for a lot of people and helpful.
I think we should do panels like all the time. I'm
We
down.
should. We really should.
Good.
So what I'm
nice.
literally doing right now is I'm going through my I found this, like, I've been looking forever. You know when you move and you just can't find stuff?
Oh God, do I?
So I moved in 2016.
Oh, that was forever ago. It's okay.
And so I finally it was like I had this intuitive feeling yesterday. I just felt like I was gonna find the thing I'm looking for. And I felt it. I was like, I'm gonna go. So I get into the garage. I got my my slippers on. I'm sitting there.
You're so cute. Oh my God.
And I'm like, I'm gonna find this. I need this statue and I need these stones. I need them. I'm ready.
I want to get into the
Ooh,
stones.
you got
And
crystals?
I'm literally sitting here. I'll go. I don't care. I don't look great right now, y'all. But like,
Oh hell.
no, I'm like, this
Show
is what I'm
me.
doing. This is so funny. You're talking.
I want to get into the crystal stuff. I've been watching that over on TikTok where they do like the different crystals and stuff. Oh, I want to do it so bad.
Oh, don't make me show off my collection now.
Oh,
So-
girl, you gotta
I
show
have
it.
all these soda light stones.
Show 'em if you got 'em, right?
All of these.
What is
Those are
that?
for the throat. Yes.
What? So this is like a
Little,
big thing. Holy crap.
Holy synchronicity, Jen.
Yes. That's a much better word.
I was right when you said that. And this is so the weirdest thing today too is I'm.
I
sitting
look
there,
like
I'm
shit. Okay, hang
I
on.
was like, I do lurk here and there, Brittany. I'm not gonna lie. I do lurk. Hi, beautiful. Hi. No, I do lurk here and there, but I'm not like and then this is interesting too. I don't watch Kim and Crafton ever. But then Crafton yesterday, I was like, well, I'm bored. I was just listening. And then I chimed in and I felt like the air of forgiveness come through me. So
Yeah.
my forgiveness came through.
That's good.
So
And it
then
heals
today,
you.
I felt very more ready to like come onto yours.
I'm so glad you did.
But I'm
You
gonna
know,
make
it's
a little, like,
crazy.
tips for my YouTube people.
That by forgiving and stuff, it helps you. Like it releases that anger and the, the hurt. And so I'm so glad. I've forgiven them, you know what I'm saying? But I would never trust them and I don't want to be friends. I mean, I'm not being mean.
No, I'm not saying that far.
Right.
Don't get me
Oh my
wrong.
gosh, girl, yes. Let's show our
We got
crystals.
everybody on camera now.
Okay, well, I'll come
Yeah,
back
I'm on
on.
camera,
I
I
look
don't care.
awful, but I'm coming back on.
I know.
Look here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of intimidated being up here, the only guy with all these beautiful women up here. Okay?
Oh my God.
Oh,
We just love
stop
you.
it.
Calling it. Oh, I love it. This is me exposing. Like, listen, I don't get on camera without makeup usually, so it's a big deal.
I love that you
Once
just
you
guess
put
I
crystals
can come on
up.
camera too.
Time, you don't really give two shits.
I'm not
Sorry,
getting on
y'all.
camera. Sorry. I'm having a bad hair day with no hair. So.
Look
It's
at
like
this.
1 in the morning.
mess.
Like, who cares? Right?
All right. I want to see
It's
these
only-
crystals
it's only-
though. I want the
I had to
kitty
go quiet.
crystals.
I'm sorry, guys. I felt bad about that. My kids
My
go to sleep,
husband
too.
and kids sleeping upstairs.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, Eric's in there. What time is it? Oh,
It's
he's
like
got 4 hours before he gets up. This is like really healing. Like this live has been beneficial, I believe. And when I first decided to do it, like I'd come off of Psychobabbles, right? And I just had this feeling in my heart, like this tug to take accountability, like for the live from the night before, because I felt like, I wasn't, I just got carried away with being happy and joking and whatnot, and that's good and all. But I'm also like, I try to hold my own self accountable if I feel like I've went too far or said something that was rude. And so that's why I decided to do this tonight.
Oh,
And
did
I'm-
you-
It's
did you
important
go
because
and relive?
sometimes we let our emotions get the best of us and we say stupid shit. And
Yeah.
like, should I have done that reaction video? Probably fucking not. But like, I was fucking pissed, bro. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
No,
the-
you should have actually. Yes.
Yeah, I think you should have too.
No. They have hurt so many people. I'm so glad you spoke up and your beautiful voice was released and this information entered into my brain from Zanime, from other people who have also been harmed and hurt. It's important. And I'm glad you did. And like, it's sad to me though, that you have to be like to feel that way, because that means like you're afraid because of how they fucking do people. They bully and hurt, and it just continues. Like earlier, we were reacting to that Uncle Will or whatever. I got really upset because he was like on to the next one. They already know they're going to do this again, you know?
Oh yeah.
It's already pre-planned.
It's
Well, look,
premeditated a lot of the times, I think. And
if people that they bully don't speak up, they're just going to keep on.
Yeah, we have to
That's
do
a big
this.
thing.
see, I don't watch.
At the
See, I
same
don't go and
token,
watch
though, does it
anything.
stop them?
I
'Cause
don't
there are
blame
mean
you.
people. There are mean-spirited individuals that have like the spirit of like just very unhealthy energy within them,
They're hurt on
and
the
they
inside
really have
somewhere.
no problem hurting people.
Yeah.
So I
And
have
it's
a. I
again,
have a.
hurt people. I understand that,
Yep.
but I know a lot of really hurt people that don't fuck with people.
Yeah.
So
And
I
I would
have.
say, Brittany, like my intuition with you, that's what I was like, huh?
Right. I mean, I at first in the beginning, you know, like they had me blindsided. I didn't see what was going on. I didn't realize that they were there to hurt me. I actually thought they were there because I helped them. You know how I helped them. Like they didn't know how to go live. They were banned for a week, and I let them do what? I let them come on my channel and learn how to go live for like a week. Yeah. I mean, I'm a really good person, guys. You just don't even know my
Oh,
past.
are we talking about the people I was just talking about?
From the
I don't
past,
even
yes.
know.
I helped them. I helped a couple other people to mend their arguments and issues with one another. And then that person like went straight from that, me helping that person, to like attacking me. And it was all because of those two people. I didn't realize, but they had like strategically, like, oh, it's crazy. It is. And it's hard to explain. And that's exactly why I didn't know what was going on back then to explain it to anybody, because I didn't want to like,
Sweetheart, you don't have to explain it.
well, no, it needs to be like, because for 2 years, it took me this long to understand what had happened, you know?
I think my philosophy on the whole thing is like, so like Jet's mom, did I say that right?
Yes.
Jet's mom.
My name's Margie. You're welcome to call me Margie too. It's okay.
Margie. There we go. So Margie, I think when you were talking about how like hurt people, like it, literally like my philosophy on it, and from a personal experience, you know, and being full of trauma and losing my fucking trauma on everybody else. I think a lot of it. So when we experience a lot of wounding to the inner child, he loves to manifest into the ego, right? So you have your good ego and you got your bad ego. And ultimately what happens is you're stuffing all of that pain and that trauma down, and then you'll have a trigger, and then boom, then it explodes. And then people don't understand, like a lot of people have a good hold on to that, but some people don't, right?
No
and a lot of the
makeup,
times,
don't care.
Yeah, a lot of the times the triggers bring that up, and it happens. I think it happens to the best of us too, because we learn from it, you know?
I don't mean to be distracting. I promise. I swear. I just realized it
No,
probably
it's just
is.
we're all ADD. We're most likely all ADD.
I swear. That's what they told me when I was a kid.
And we're all extroverted on some level, but like
Yeah.
I'm an introvert, extrovert, I guess you call it.
I'm like a train wreck. I've got OCD. And when I lost, like, okay, that's another thing I want to tell you. It's crazy and it's stupid. And I have actually learned to like deal with it. And I'm thankful for actually what happened. Whenever I moved into that trailer and I'd gotten that building and I had all Dad's tools set up in it and everything. Well, when I was moving it out after I'd purchased it fully, I was never renting the property or anything, but I bought the house, and she'd given me this much time because it was like a crack house. I had to redo it all. We had to use a chainsaw to refloor it. Took me like 3 months to be able to get electric because her son had stole it for like 4 years. Not even playing. So I get it all together. We're finally living there and everything. And slowly, as everything was going on online, if you remember me bringing up, I was worried about our house and having the same thing happen again. Well, luckily I got the trailer sold so that I could get out of there after I bought it and it was in my name. Well, then she goes and locks the gate on me and says I owe her rent when that was never a thing. I was just buying the trailer. And then from there, either she was going to let me buy the land on contract or I was going to move. Well, she starts saying, well, you owe me rent. And she tried to keep my dogs. But she did end up with all Dad's stuff. And I just let it happen, you know, because I felt like she was telling me, well, I've already talked to the prosecuting attorney. And, you know, so I thought, well, she knows more people than me. I'm screwed. And I just gave up. Well, all that stuff that I lost, that was Dad's and like Sadie's stuff. And it almost killed me. And that's so ridiculous to let items, you know, stuff that's replaceable. it was sentimental though, I guess. But that on top of everything else, it was almost the end. Like all because I have OCD. Like really, I can't find. But I broke through, and I've learned the items and think even if it has sentimental value, it means nothing really. Those are just things.
Stuff, but it's also, I think, you putting the value, even though yes, the emotion behind it is.
I was angry with Eric, like you have no clue.
Because believe me, or the people we love the most.
I'd had COVID like really bad, and I would try to get stuff out or whatever, and like I'd just be covered in sweat and just physically it took me forever. I've got one lung and I've had open heart surgery, and they told me it would be hard to recover from it, right? The first set or whatever. And but I blamed him. I blamed him for it all getting taken and stuff, and I took it out on him for like a year, and I feel terrible about it. But
well, you're still everything's fine now.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I hope anybody that hears this, one thing, if you have OCD and you really like hold certain things valuable to you that are items that can be replaced, don't. You'll be fine. Release every bit of that anger, the hurt. Just let it go. And I swear to God, it's like it's like you've just been reborn. It really is. All the pain and all that stuff, just let it go and pretend like nothing ever happened, because as long as you've got your family and the people you love and you've got your voice and your ability to do this, that's what matters.
Yep.
Well, I'm a secret OCD hoarder, like of family heirlooms. I'm really not allowed to go to my mom's house.
And I start like fucking scanning the room.
Yeah, so my husband's like, if you bring any more shit back from your mother's house, we're getting a divorce. Other note too, though, like when it comes to marriage, this is what they never told people.
Right.
It's hard fucking work.
Yes, it is. It's
marriage
a
is
team.
Not easy.
Yeah.
Being
7
a good
years.
partner. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give myself like maybe like a 60% right now. But I'm over 51%. I'm over 51% right now. So we're doing good.
If I can do it, like
Zanime, take notes, friends. You're engaged.
2005. Eric and I have been together since November the 23rd of 2005. We got married on July 22nd of 2009. We bought our house in Inez, the first house we ever owned together. We bought it before I graduated high school. Oh, wow. And that's the house that I let go back so I could move in and take care of mom and dad and all that, yeah. But anyways, if I can do it by Georgie with all my damn issues, girl, y'all got it. You've got this.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, you're a baby though. Ultimately, like you're young.
We were
everybody's
babies.
Young. No, everybody's young. Everybody's young because it doesn't matter how
I'm not talking
old
about
you
Asian
are.
as a number, but like just young in the sense of like
exactly
for all this to happen.
Yeah, my brain was not mature enough when the things that happened. I just couldn't. Like, it's weird to explain. And then when I moved out so early, like I feel like I'm just like laying it all out. I've never done this, so I might as well just lay all my bullshit out to you.
So
I moved out when I was only like 14 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. And so I have took care of a household and took care of a husband since I was 14 years old. Wow. And I would go home and take care of my daddy. And then, I was in high school in the beginning, and I worked at home health, like on the side for the school. Like it was supposed to be in my, what is it called? Like my volunteer work. Yeah. But I don't recommend to anybody to move out or to decide your future at the age of 14 years old. However, I am thankful that I took the path that I did. But had I took the path that was before me, I would be something. Like my dad, I'd been singing with Ralph Stanley, Allison Krauss, a bunch of different people. Like I had a really good singing career right there, bam. And then I met Eric, and I just quit and gave up on everything that I loved, like my passions, because he became my passion. I fell in love, at such a young age. And that's great and all, but I'm telling you now, imagine our future, like where we could have been, and maybe the differences that there would have been had we went to college, or I finished my CD and this and that with Sony. Imagine where I would be right now, we would be, maybe I'd be out there with anime right now.
You're always welcome here anyway.
You're on this panel.
It's never too late.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think you're doing a really good thing. Like
Well, you all are too. Every one of us, including Mr. Fusion up here, who's muted his mic.
Poor guy.
I like how he's
Sorry.
in the middle and he's got the little devil face too.
I love you.
He's
Mom.
our masculine, keeping us
I'm
on
trying to
track.
add everybody,
he's
but my
our-
A key
This
doesn't
is
work.
our mascots right there, like hanging out.
Absolutely. But we've got a good gang. I mean, for real. And we really should do like maybe if it's once a week or once a month, whatever we
Yeah.
can do each.
I can do once a week.
Yeah, and like just do
Exactly.
things like this. And I know our numbers will grow. People will come in and they will want to talk, and it'll help people and help us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So ladies, with you with a marriage and children and everything, because I don't have children.
Yeah.
And
I'm your child.
You're all my children.
We're sisters. Yeah, we
Um,
are.
So I've always been kind of in a way married to my career, married to my education,
That's good.
and just keep going and doing stuff. But I never had like a really good luck with relationships. I
Mm,
just never had good luck with relationships. I either
Man,
move away somewhere or I wanted to go to this school, but this school was like all the way across the different, like in a different state, and
yeah.
they never
I could have
wanted to
went
move
to
with
UK
me.
and gave that up.
And then I had this guy that we met in North Carolina. So I moved to California for grad school, and so this guy's actually from Kentucky. It was
Is it the one dude, picture?
Yeah. That
It
one
is.
dude. So I think it's time to kind of get the little story out there. So this guy, well, him and I, basically we got along very very well, and we're both adventurous. We kayak 200 miles on Cape Fear River in North Carolina, and we're like, yeah, we're in love. And so we decided, well, I got accepted into the grad school, into like one of those biggest international schools, and it's in Monterey, California. So I was like, yes, this is exactly what I want to do. It aligns with my career path that I wanted to take. And but it came to the point where I've been in those type of situations where I was like, okay, well, I'm moving and you're not stopping me, but you're more than welcome to come with me. So it was like, yeah, why not? It's like all the way from North Carolina, you want to drop everything and move to California with me. He's like, well,
Aw.
when are we
That's
gonna
love,
rent a
friends.
That's
so
beautiful. It is a
it-
beautiful story.
Mr.
well
Jetslom chased me
well hold on, it's a
everywhere I
beautiful
went, and I
story.
was career
Beginning.
driven.
The beginning is
I was not
beautiful.
going anywhere.
Nice.
I was like, but excuse me, you live in Hawaii? What?
Oh, that's awesome.
It's
And he
sad
chased
though. It
me
breaks my heart.
everywhere I went for like 7 months, and I finally fell in love with the MF. I love him.
Yeah.
And yeah,
So
we were pregnant in 2 weeks when we moved in together.
Dang.
wow.
I was 30 though. I was 30. It was worth life.
So,
Mhm. It
so
was
you
worth
guys
it.
kayak through what place was
Yeah,
that again?
so we packed a Penske truck, a big Penske truck, and towed a
Oh, it's such
car
hard work. Oh my
with
gosh.
2 kayaks on top. I'll send you a picture. It's
Yes,
actually
you
really
do.
funny.
I
So,
love
and
that.
we decided to take like 2 weeks of travel instead of just going straight to California, because a lot of our families, like my mom used to live in Ohio,
Right,
and
yeah,
his
yeah.
family is from Kentucky and Tennessee area.
Kentucky
And
people are shitty. I'm so sorry. They normally are.
I met some really good people.
There he is. There he is.
I lived in Ohio before, and I met like a lot of, like, especially because we used to go
Ohio, good
party.
people.
We used to go party in Kentucky, like well, I lived in Cincinnati, so it was like right
Oh my
across
God,
the
that
river.
wouldn't have been far from me, Zanime. Not at all. Like, I mean, I've
Yeah,
took people to the Cincinnati airport before. It's like literally like an hour and 20-minute drive.
nice.
Well, that's with
And
me driving.
so we decided to just take 2 weeks of traveling, go visit our family. So it was like started in Ohio, then we went to like Kentucky, Tennessee, and we almost got robbed in Nashville. And
No.
yeah, well, I had a 30/30. So we were to save money because we needed money for gas. We actually suspended hammocks inside of our Penske truck, so we slept in the Penske truck. And
Hey,
we,
girl, I lived in a van when we were on the road. Yeah, there's nothing wrong.
yeah,
It's fun
there's
too,
nothing
is it
wrong.
not?
It
Just
is.
like something about it. You connect with the person like so
Exactly.
deep.
So it's a lot of fun, and we just went to the truck stops to because it was like
Loves.
$15 to shower, or yeah,
Did you
loves
do
or like,
loves? Oh,
mhm.
if you ever listen, I've got a thing where my dad was like on the road and stuff. I've got a card and I'll just send it to you if you ever do that again. So because you can get free showers. So because they're like $20 some now. So I'll send
Okay.
I'll
Do we
send you the
need it?
screenshot. You need it for real if you ever go on the road.
Yeah. So we, so basically, oh, so the 30/30 situation. So I had a 30/30 in the back of a Penske truck, and we're sleeping, and so, but it was really hot, so we're like prepped it open a little bit, and so I hear somebody's like try to like get inside and like peek in,
Was
and
it a
then
lot
I see
lizard?
this guy like pushing his head through air. I grabbed my gun. I was like, "Hey, motherfucker, what are you doing, motherfucker?"
I'm
his
not.
eyes, his eyes got so big, and he was like, "Oh shit!" And then, so, anyways, that's one of the stories. I need to have like a separate podcast about this
I
whole
think
trip.
we
Yes.
should do like a whole podcast about like
Mhm.
relationships.
We
too.
should.
Oh yeah, that's good
Yeah.
one. That's good
Absolutely.
one.
I mean, look at like each of us have our own way of thinking, our own relationships, the way we've been. But like each of us have like really good information when it comes to relationships and can be really like beneficial to other people for real. Like no
Mhm.
joke. Like
For
it's
real,
perfect.
because I'll tell you what, my husband, right? So we met, and then 7 months later, we got married. And then it's kind of like my grandparents' story. And then, so he lost both his parents by the time he was 20 and became a
Oh my
owner
God.
at 20. So he's been through a lot. So we've been married 7 years, together 8 years. And like, we kind of had to grow up quickly.
Yeah.
Both of us. So I think, I mean, he'd be totally open to coming on too, because I think it'd be
Yes.
great to have another male on
Mhm.
the
Absolutely.
panel.
Yes. Have them on, because losing a parent like it is so hard, like for real. Like people think that it's not, they'll move. No, it's mentally, like it messes with the rest of your life, no matter what, until you deal with it for real. Yeah. I would love to have him on.
Yeah, his mom passed away from breast cancer when he was 17.
Oh,
And then his
heavens.
father
Oh, no.
passed away from alcoholism. So the tragedy, I think, having the thing about the trauma, you guys, and the thing about the abuse and everything that you've been through, like it makes you such a sponge, but it also makes you like such an advocate for other people, right?
It does.
And when Zanime reached out to me in email, and I was just like fucking done. Like I was just like, fuck this shit. Like I can just deal with my clients in private. I don't have to fucking have a YouTube channel. Like whatever.
Look at you. You are a fucking amazing woman. Like I'm just from this podcast, what we've had here, you are strong and bold, and this is like important. You are important. Your story is important, and I'm proud of you.
Must be. It's fucking 1:30.
I don't do this either. This is my longest live since I've come back, girls and guys.
Shit.
Mr.
It's
Fusion.
okay.
Where did
Daddy
it go?
has a day
Yeah.
off.
And guy, come on now.
There you are.
There's
we need you
there's
to
our
balance
mascot.
us.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've been listening. I'm just sitting here in the background listening.
Well, you
think
got to
that-
tell us a story too after everybody. You got to tell us a
Yeah,
story.
I think it's so good to have such that balance between masculines and feminines, because I mean there's different emotions too, because men experience emotion very differently, especially men who have been abused or neglected or whatever.
And isn't it true that deep down men, they hold it in because
They'll
the
never talk
masculine
about it.
thing, they are more emotional and a lot of times more mentally hurt than women in a lot of ways, in a lot of cases. And women, like sometimes we prioritize ourselves over the man. Like we think we're more. I mean, it just naturally happens because you see your mom and dad do it, and your grandparents. The woman is supposed to be, the it. And like with me and Eric, it's so different. Like it's backwards. Like, I don't know. I take like this masculine like approach at everything. And so I'm like trying to but he don't talk much. I'd love to have him on here too. So you guys could talk to him because it's weird, but I believe he could maybe open up and you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. It's like when you're married to someone, sometimes they don't want to like open up certain things of themselves because they don't want to put it off on you. And everybody needs somebody to speak with, and like it would be a good because he
So you'd
lost
have-
baby
you
too
would-
when I did.
You would have 2 Aquariuses on you.
There you go. Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to hear the rest of your story.
Yes. Where? Who's?
It's anime.
Oh,
all of you. All
all
of
right.
you.
So
whoever-
I'll make my story shorter. So anyways, so we went. I actually got to see Grand Canyon in a Penske truck. Like I
I
said,
love that.
the whole story, just the traveling in the Penske truck with 2 cats in the cabin.
Oh my God.
It needs to have its own podcast.
Yes.
Oh,
2
yeah.
cats. And
yeah,
they are
we're-
not travel animals. Like, no.
No, my my
Would they
oldest
come?
cat, from came from Hawaii. I was stationed in Hawaii for a while,
Oh.
and
I want
my
to go to
youngest,
Hawaii.
yeah, my youngest came from Washington State, to North Carolina. So from North Carolina
It
to
had traveled previously.
yeah, so they're pretty traveled cats.
Well, that's good then.
And so anyway, so we finally arrived. We arrived to Monterey. I'm expecting like okay, so I'll find an apartment, and it's Monterey, California, so I'll be able to house myself in a small cheap hotel for a little bit until I do apartment shopping, and come to find out is a shortage for an apartments, and especially around Monterey. And also no one wants to take a student. And I was like, well, but I have, I go through VA, to because I have a VA loan, for school. And but I was like, I have some income, right, just for housing. And they were like, well, there's no proof of income, this and that. So we ended up living, in a tent on the beach, because
Oh,
we put everything into, the storage unit. So we ended up living on a tent on the beach with 2
that's
cats.
romantic.
And then
It's
I,
very romantic.
I went to grad school for like 4 months. We did
Living in
that.
a tent?
Yeah.
Nice.
Girl,
Well-
you remind me of me.
Tentless.
Holy shoot.
So it wasn't like just living in a tent, and I don't want to say we were homeless because we both had homes. But it was sometimes you have to live in a tent if I have to go, to class or anything, and if I didn't have classes, then we would just pack up and go travel. We'll go travel, we'll go camp out another place, or we'll crash on a friend's couch, or but it was 4 months. It was 4 months, and finally, there's nice lady had, a 1-bedroom apartment. She's like, yeah, I can rent it out to you, and it was like $1,700. So we're like, it's something, right? It's something. We had to make it happen. Well, but this is the boyfriend story, right? This is not the travel story. So within all of this ordeal, I was making, I was paying for everything, because, he had a little bit of savings, and he left his job, and he was gonna, pursue to be a firefighter paramedic here in California. So he was gonna go to school and everything to like get himself enrolled. He got himself enrolled in, I think it was like paramedic 1 classes. And but then you have to be, certain areas, you have to be a firefighter, to actually like work at the fire department.
Right.
And then because in here it's like you paramedic is like private entity, so it kind of complicated things, because he really wanted to combine the two. So he was constantly making excuses, constantly about like, oh well, the school, or this didn't happen, this didn't happen. And then I was like, well, what about a job? Can you just go pick up a job? So he
Right.
became a
So you have
handyman.
income.
Yeah, so he became a handyman. And so he was helping me out, as much as we could at the time. Then I graduated and I got a job. It's a full-time, it's like a full-time orders, for the National Guard, that you can actually go and work like Monday through Friday. So I got a part-time, like doing this for a few months only. It's like it's not the whole year or anything. So it was in Fairfield, which is about 3.5 hours away from Monterey. So I was like, okay, well, I'm staying with my best friend for free over there because she was like, I love you. I have a spare bedroom. You can stay here during the day, go back on the weekends. So that's what I did for 6 months, or
Wow.
not even 6 months, more like 4 months.
One day
So
I'm coming out there. I'm telling you, I'm gonna
yes,
get established so we can live close by.
yes.
I
So
mean, that's what makes your relationship strong too, Anime, is like you guys have traveled together,
yes,
you've
and
had to
that's also can
experience a
break
lot.
your relationship.
Yeah, it
Oh
is.
yeah.
The story goes on.
So come to find out that so I went in for one of the weekends because this is I finally found a house to rent, and I was like, okay, so we're just gonna be living there. I found a house to rent, so we're just gonna move our stuff in, and so right before we like start packing our stuff, I went back to Monterey, and so we like hanged out with friends, and I was like really tired, so I went back home, and then he didn't come home, but it was kind of normal because we're all good group of circle of friends. So I was like, oh, he's probably hanged out with
Oh, that
Fernando,
always sucks
yeah,
though.
and
Oh
then
God.
staying with Fernando, um, and and the next day I had this girl call me. She's like, hey, so I saw. And she's like, "Are you guys still together?" I was like, "Well, what do you mean?" She's like, "Well, I saw him making out with a girl at the bar."
Oh shit.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't just a girl, it was my best friend.
Ooh,
I'm gonna beat
Yeah.
his ass one
no.
day.
Oh
So
no.
Knuckle up,
so
son. Knuckle up.
I was like, okay, well, we've been together for 4 years. I can't let this one thing take us down, right? Because I asked him, I was like, was just a kiss or anything else? He's like, yeah, I was drunk, it was just a slip of a mind. I was like, okay, I understand. Cutting all the ties with her. So I was trying to work with it because I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna let our 4 years go down a drain because of one kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Hear
I've
me
been
out.
there.
Hear me
That's
out,
what
ladies.
about friends. Oh my God.
Yeah, so it was hurtful because it was my friend and we all went to grad school together.
It does
Yeah.
something more for them or something. The friends hanging out
So
kills me. Men,
so
oh,
we basically moved in Fairfield in a house together, and
We're neighbors.
well we are.
I live in Sacramento-ish.
oh my
Nice.
God. Oh my God. I'll be around all my people. I'm coming.
Nice. So we moved into Fairfield, and so but he still has friends in Monterey, and then I knew that the girl like moved away, or I heard a rumor she moved away or something. I didn't give a second thought. So
Right.
he was like, "Hey, I'm going snowboarding to Tahoe," but there was because I went to training actually to Missouri for a while, and something was not sitting right.
You
It's
can
like my
feel it.
intuition was
Mm-hmm.
screaming at me,
It does.
Yeah.
and it was just I don't know. It
Did you
was
try
just
to avoid it at first? Like you
I
kind of thought it was
did.
just you and like,
I did.
yeah,
But
been
then I
there.
got
Yep.
physically sick.
Yes.
I Because I was avoiding it for so long, I literally got
You love
physically
him.
sick. And that's why anyways, so I came back. So come to find out they were dating for 6 months.
Wow,
Yeah,
you were
and then
together?
he was telling my other best friend that he feels really bad for cheating on
Oh,
her with me.
motherfucker, just wait till I see you one day, dude. This
It
is no threat,
broke
I
me.
promise.
It broke me because I poured my heart and soul into this man,
Oh my
How
God.
and
long ago was this?
it wasn't just heart and soul, it was monetary value as well,
Right. Like
because it was
you
like
helped
having a
them.
dependent.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he drained me.
I can feel you on that. We'll talk about this one part. This one part's private. But yeah, I could feel you there.
Yeah, I was man bashing for a whole year after that.
Oh.
I was hating every men that would look at me sideways.
Yeah, it does that. Yes, it does. It causes that reaction, and it causes you not to be able to trust friends too. Like,
Yeah,
and especially if it happens more than once, like you eventually just completely cut yourself off from all like existing humans because like if your friend, somebody you really trust can do that to you and they're also a woman and should understand the way that feels, even if they haven't had it happen, they should at least think about it enough to not do it. And then go through with it, like the man, it's one thing, like, because it hurts you, you love that person, and you put all this money into them, or you've lost all this stuff because of them, or gave up all these opportunities because you love them and you put them 1st. And then when it comes time for them to do that for you, instead they're like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to go and be a trashy hoe and get me a little something on the side, even though it ain't worth it. That is bullshit. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
exactly.
And you look at you, how gorgeous. Like, men are fucking retarded. I'm sorry, some men. Not all men, Mr. Fusion, but
Hey,
some men.
this is no makeup. This is
Yeah, I'm
had
smoking, so that's why I took off camera
I've
because
been
I'm
to the
trying to learn not
hospital
to do
today.
that. Yes, I didn't want to tell nobody like specifics. So,
Well,
but yeah,
it's all
my
right.
Was
girl.
this recently?
Still,
Yeah, she had surgery today,
Yeah.
children. Excuse
She
my
had
French.
carpal tunnel?
Let me just come on here real quick.
No. It's a little
mind.
procedure that you can go home after, but I gotta still wear my bracelet for monitoring.
I'm branded.
Drinking nothing but water tonight.
She's
That's
part of
good.
my club, my zipper club now.
Well, I'm gonna
Pretty
send you
much.
Reiki if you let me. How about
Yes.
that?
What
Yeah.
is it?
Reiki.
Reiki.
Energy
What's that?
healing.
Yeah, so I became a Reiki master back in July. So Reiki is basically universal healing energy. It's a Japanese traditional healing practice made famous by Dr. Unsi. And so basically what you do is you're jump starting the body's natural healing response through energy healing. So wherever she's having her issues, I would just I'm just a conduit. So basically taking the energy in and then sending it out, and then she receives it. And then it goes where it needs to, basically.
That's amazing. Yeah,
Nice.
amazing. We've got Pixel. I'm going to bring Pixel up. I've been reading some of the story in the thing over here in the chat, and I think that maybe we could really help. So
Yeah.
welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, Pixel.
Hi, Pixel.
Hi.
There he
I mean,
is.
I wasn't going to talk about what happened tonight because he could hear me.
You can talk
know.
about whatever you want. You don't have to tell us your name. You don't have to show us your face. And we'll be here for you and try to help you in any way we can.
Thank you. Yeah,
You're
no,
welcome.
it
Thank
was
you.
a bad night.
I'm so
I guess
sorry.
I will say that my boyfriend was like husband. Boyfriend, husband? We've been together 8 years. I call him
Right.
husband,
So
boyfriend.
basically,
Yeah.
Common law nerds.
I
So
feel
he
you.
convinced me to start a YouTube channel, and that was later in the night. It turned out that was a bad thing. I don't know. I was missing an unidentified earlier.
Oh, that was
yeah.
Wait, what
Yeah,
now?
that was me. I was missing an unidentified.
Missing. Okay, I'm lost. I'm sorry. My
She was in
brain.
the chat. She was in the chat earlier as a missing
Yeah.
and unidentified.
Oh, that was you. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah.
all the nice comments and the support, for real. And for Zanime, you were given so much love. Thank you.
Oh, I love Zanime. Yeah,
Thank you.
I've supported you, Zanime, from the get go. I was a Naked Mel fan. I didn't know who Ryan Upchurch was,
Amazing.
and when I saw all that go down, I was immediately like, "This is messed up."
We appreciate that support more than you even know, for real.
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
It shows. It also shows though that you have morals, a heart, and all those things we've been talking about. You clearly have that in your, in your being, and you're a good person. I hate to hear though that things are not going so well for you too. And like I said, any way we can help, even if it's just talking to you.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it was just like, I gotta get this out, like somewhere. That's how I
put it out in the world and manifest a good future.
Yeah, that's how I deal with things, is I speak or write or do something.
Do you
very
like
therapeutic?
At home, like
Yeah,
in
it
real
is.
life, do you have people, like anybody that you talk? Because I know I don't.
Oh yeah.
And so this is like how I get that out, right? And so if you don't, like, it's good to do this. It's really good.
I do and I don't. Like I hide certain things,
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
easier to get it out to people that won't
You
affect
don't know.
my day to day,
Yeah.
but
Well,
also
see,
I
that's
can
what we
speak
could do,
to.
like anonymous speaking,
Yeah.
where people can get their stuff out, and that nobody has to ever know who they are.
Should we do like a poll and see if like people want us to come on once a week?
We should, yeah. Each of us do a
yeah,
poll.
I
We
would
should-
love
we should
that.
do a poll.
Yeah.
And on Twitter as well, because Twitter will reach more people and help more people.
Okay.
No, you ladies are awesome. Like I've been loving this whole thing. Like it's really
Oh.
helped me. Like I went through like something and I've been sitting here like actually like I can breathe.
Thank
I can
I'm so
listen.
glad.
And
And
yeah,
we're
it was
here for you.
very helpful.
So I wanted to read you guys something if I could.
Go for it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I've created like over 30 different workbooks for mental, emotional, physical, spiritual wellness.
Oh my God.
And I was thinking of this trauma workbook, so I just want to read you like a quick thing. So learn to recognize the common signs and symptoms of trauma. Trauma healing is the ability to live in the present without allowing past memories, emotions, and history to overwhelm the senses. Response to a traumatic event varies significantly among people, but there are more some primary symptoms. So emotional signs could include sadness, anger, denial, fear, shame. And this may lead to different things like nightmares, insomnia, difficulty with relationships, emotional outbursts. And there's also physical symptoms like nausea, dizziness, altered sleep patterns, changes in appetite, headache, I can't even say it. Gastrointestinal.
Oh God, now I can't say it. Intestinal.
There
Is
you
that
go.
it? Okay.
Yeah, psychological disorders may include PTSD, depression, anxiety, and substance abuse. So I just kind of wanted to read that off.
Wow.
If
Yeah.
some people were watching this, either now or on the replay, and they were just kind of confused or they
That
didn't
is
know.
so true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
it really is.
I help
Hey,
a lot of
ladies,
people with trauma.
Yes.
unfortunately, I'm going to have to drop off. I have to get up in 5 hours to get my
Yeah,
setup.
I gotta go
Oh.
too, but
Okay,
Well,
bye,
we love
Mr.
you guys.
Fusion.
Everybody that has to go, I love you, and I thank you for being here. We really do. Like, if we're not in contact on Instagram or somewhere else, definitely we need to get in contact and
Well,
have like a group chat or something, something private and safe.
Yeah, I
that we
definitely
can-
would like to do this again. I'd like to have a ladies' night and have you guys on my show, and I'd love to come back.
Absolutely.
yeah,
Sure.
that'd be fun.
And
We'll
it's a
come on over.
ladies' night.
Ladies' night, but with Mr. Fusion. Ladies' night with Mr. Fusion.
Yes.
That's
So,
Exactly.
but you
Well,
gotta get your input in there, and you gotta talk and get. Everybody has something they've got to lift off themselves,
Yeah.
and
sure.
we want to hear from you too.
Well, thank you for having me on. I do appreciate it. You ladies have a great night. I'll talk to you guys
Have a
later.
good night.
All right, good night, darling. Be careful
Good
for
night.
work, and have a
I
good
will.
day.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna leave you guys with this last thing.
Okay.
And my
Mhm.
husband's up there snoring. So
Mine's over here like a bear. You probably heard him.
You can like I feel it vibrating through the house.
I smell like that too, though.
So I'm gonna leave you guys with this last thing because I hope it's gonna help somebody. So it's sense and cope, ways to work through trauma. Stop and breathe. Okay. When we have triggered our body's emotional response and our fight or flight response is activated, this can lead to exhaustion, malnutrition, stress, and in serious cases, hospitalization. Acknowledge, okay? It's important as we embark on our healing journey to not get too caught up in the headspace and be able to acknowledge the trigger, make note of it, and formulate a plan.
Yeah.
And then lastly, don't judge, okay? More often than not, we find ourselves diving deep into our inner child's wounded soul. It's vital as we acknowledge that we also do not judge, okay? Because society's put immense pressure on us.
Yeah.
All right. And I see it all the time where people bend their morals and their values and their integrity to fit in.
Absolutely. I mean,
So
yeah.
Don't do that, friends. Okay. I love you all. It's been a fucking blast. And I hope we can do this again.
Absolutely.
I was trying to leave
Absolutely.
you a comment
Yes.
on your channel as a new subscriber. But I couldn't because you cancel all your comments.
I'll have those back on soon. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, we've got your back. You'll have plenty of support. I can promise you that.
Yeah, I
I'll
watched
send love
all
your
that
way.
stuff go down. I support you 100%.
I have
We'll
no
send
idea what's
love your way.
happening, but I think you're awesome.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love you all. Thank you.
We love you. My mission is to make sure that your comments are full of love and kindness and what your positivity you put out. You need to be
Definitely.
getting that in return. That's
We're all warriors here. We
Mhm.
learn and we grow and we keep striving
They
forward.
keep us thinking we're weak.
We all
They apparently didn't get to know us very well, did they?
All right, I'll flick those comments back on this week.
All right, baby. We'll do this
We'll
again.
be there
Meet up
supporting.
with me on Instagram.
All right,
Creative
hit me up
Intuitive
in the
real
email
quick.
and we'll figure out something. Maybe we could do this like once a week or something.
I'll get Santa May if you don't care to give and
It's
connect
fine.
us.
Yep. All right, love you.
Love you. Oh, guys, we have.
Brittany, you're
connected.
amazing. Look what you're doing.
I'm doing something good.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm
I'm like,
proud.
I swear to
Look.
God, you are.
But I have got. Let me see. I've got to give props where props are due. If it were not for Xaname and what happened, I'm telling you the truth right now. Like, you know how I am. I'm a mama bear. I protect people. I always put my nose where it doesn't belong and take up for people, especially when I know that there's somebody's doing wrong to somebody who's done nothing but right. I just can't help myself. I've always been my friggin' forehead. Oh my God, stop. Anyways,
You're beautiful. Stop it.
where I was like sad all the time. This is serious. Where I was sad so much. Look at this. I've got like a
Stop the
dent.
story.
I've got to get some like filler or something one day. I'm gonna get some money. It's going to go filled. But anyway, aside from that, if it were not for what happened with Anime, I promise you, I would probably
yeah.
dipped out already from my content. Like, I only wanted to cover Kylie's case to the point that it needed to be. I've just seen so many disgusting creators that literally, like, that is why people look at the true crime community the way they do. And when I say like I'm proud to cover it, it's because I'm proud of my own content. And I've even had people that I supported that I don't know what happened, and I like try to guide them into like the right path, but then ego doesn't allow it. And if somebody has an ego and they're not willing to do like we have here and share and be open and honest and real, there's nothing you can do about it. So I've just moved past it and I would have dropped out. But what happened with Anime, I could not take it. And I went full force. I mean, I'm not joking. Like I have shocked myself. I sat in the bed and cried when I could have like probably went down to the courthouse and done something about my dad's stuff, right? And I wouldn't do it. But then when this came about, it like gave me the whatever to come back to who I am and to take up for what is right and to be there and be part of a community and lead, because I've always had like this leadership value, but I've never put it to work the way I should have. And I've always allowed other people to come in and make me feel like I don't know what I'm doing and I need their help. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I've learned now, no, I'm strong. And as a community, each of us, like Sammy said, like she is we all are we. And each of us are equally important and equally.
And we're all together. Cuckoo,
We're
cuckoo.
all connected.
Cuckoo, cuckoo. Oh my God. Beatles in that movie.
All one.
I sing it all the time. The sun, what is it called? The one song, The Flowers, where they're like all hippied out and like the Beatles.
All the leaves are brown leaves. Okay, I can't sing.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Oh my God, those songs are like, I use a lot of those songs in my TikToks and stuff just because they are so meaningful.
I know. Well, I'm like so excited to like get to know this whole new amazing group of people. I mean,
we've started something like new for real. This is something for real. I'm not even kidding.
I mean, my stuff is silly. There's a little bit of like, I mean, I've gone through some stuff this year, so there's some weird shit there.
Never, ever, ever put your content or what you
create to be
down.
silly. It's okay.
It is what it is.
TikTok is full of silly people.
Yeah.
I have my
Look at mine. Oh my God, my nails. Have y'all seen my nails video? And I'm really like self-conscious, but through TikTok as well. Like that's kind of how too. I'd started to make TikToks because I was so mad at YouTube. So mad because they let what happened happen to me. And honest to God, like I guess I have to take accountability for what.
Hard, and I'm sorry. Like I watched it go down, and
but wasn't it so strategic?
I was like, I don't even like her, but I really liked her. So I'm not happy with how this is not okay.
They strategically smeared me from the inside out, like no joke.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
And I didn't even know how to explain it. Like I was in such a fucking, excuse my French, and I used to cuss a lot, and that's a sign of somebody who's having a mental like crisis when you cuss every other word, and I
Yeah.
did. And I would smoke. Like I don't know, I just wasn't myself. I wasn't professional. Everybody still loved me because they could see who I was, but this is
Hey,
me.
girl, I'm a smoker too.
That's
And
right.
I
I'm
curse
from
a
New
lot.
York. I can't help but curse.
There's nothing wrong with it, but like
It's like
No.
genetic now.
I had people that wanted to watch, and they, you know what I mean. Like I try to be more in the middle. It's okay to cuss. Like we all
Demure.
cuss.
Yeah.
But like I'm talking, I cussed a lot.
No,
I
cussing
liked those.
cussing is good because you tend to express yourself exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I
There's
mean, like I was like F like every word.
Well, you could tell when
Yeah.
you got to a point though, and I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
no worries, no worries. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you could tell when you got to a certain point. I'm gonna say about 3 months before everything went down, you could tell the level of anxiety that was coming through. And I know a lot of like what happened even between us, even though it was like so silly and like trivial.
It's like
But,
a
like,
false
you know,
reality.
I mean, it scared the shit out of me. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I was like,
Well, they made me think that she was gonna come and like do bad
Me?
things. Yeah. To my child and stuff. Like, and then
Terrible.
you know, when this all was
Oh.
spoken out and I finally said what they were saying about Sadie and what they were threatening to do to her, then I go back to the comments and they deleted it. So then everybody's like, no, that didn't. I would never just come out and say, well, these people threatened my child. Why would I do that? I mean, I'm not
oh,
insane.
they said
I was
that in
depressed,
comments that
but
I said that.
Lord, child, you just, oh my God, you just don't know the
That
levels
is
that this
so
went.
interesting.
I had, like there was the
I mean,
one
I
time
kinda
that
feel like
these
I made
things
it to the
crossed out,
big
right?
vlogs in Miss
And they
Portland
said that
with
Eric,
my name
she
up.
said the reason she done it is because she thought Eric killed
Okay.
me.
I'm turning on my camera because I feel weird being alone.
Well, you don't have to, but we'd love to
No,
see
you don't have to.
Beautiful, beautiful woman. Yes.
No makeup.
No, you're gorgeous.
No makeup,
Wait,
gang.
None of us have makeup on right
I
now.
feel like I gotta turn my real camera, not this one. on.
You're beautiful. Oh my God. Like your camera quality is so pretty, Anime, for
It's
real.
really
I'm
I need to
good.
buy
jealous
the
over here with
camera
my
and
shitty
I
Chrome
need that
thing.
light thing and then like the doodad.
I usually always have lighting and shit, like making like it's so funny.
Yeah, so
Jet's
you
mom,
got
your hair is beautiful.
Sadie
Oh
had
my
purple
gosh,
in her
I'm not
hair.
okay.
It's
I'm
so
actually
good.
so I have a funeral on
This Anime
Thursday.
had purple.
So I'm
Oh,
trying
yeah.
my hardest. I'm literally putting Dawn like dish
Crazy
soap in my
tacos.
hair to strip
it's a
it
conspiracy.
right now. Because
It
then I'm
looks
gonna
pretty.
put like something that's like a little more low key.
I like it. Sadie had the purple in her hair at the same time as Anime had purple in her hair. And then this picture, Kylie comes up with purple. They're crazy, man. The plates and all this shit. And then
My-
it could Mel's lights. Oh
my
my,
mom made
yeah.
purple flowers.
oh my God, that's beautiful.
That is
Oh my God, if I
really
would have
beautiful.
known, Anime, I could have
Oh.
got you to make some pieces for Sadie's birthday party.
Hey, you know what? Actually, we just had a first craft show on Sunday.
Could you help me with something? I'll buy it from you. Sadie wants those vines. You know that whole like look that little
That's
girls
my
are
mom's
doing?
era. That's
Well,
I'm
Mama.
the business side. I'm the
Okay.
business side.
Well, tell Mama I need like some vines. You know what I'm talking about? That new look that all the girls are putting in their bedrooms. But I'd like to add
Oh,
some
yeah.
roses to it, and I'll buy it from her. You know,
Okay.
just don't let me
I'll-
forget.
I'll give you my mom's phone number so you can tell her that.
Oh, I've
Okay.
heard your mom on Psychobabbles chat. Like, she's so sweet.
You having like these like oh my God. I'm blessed. Like I thought once before that I'd found a friend, right? Like online and stuff. But I'm telling you now,
Yeah.
her mother, her entire family, they are so
Yeah.
humble and beautiful people. I
Thank
mean,
you. But
and
don't step on my toes.
yeah, don't step on her fucking toes because you got to deal with all of us by George too. But she's a badass, man. Listen, when
I
I
love
called
that,
her one
yeah.
day, I could hear in her voice like she was down, and I remembered me being there. You know, like even though you're strong, you start reading all these things and you start thinking, like, is that true? Like, is that, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
she knows she didn't do any of the crazy stuff, obviously, but the bad comments they leave and the things they say, once you
Yeah.
hear so much of it, it can like seep in and you start to feel that way about
Mhm.
yourself, even though you know better. And when I talked to her, I could feel like this And I said, no, by George, we're going to make laws and we're going to, she was like, we just got in it. And ever since she's had that beautiful smile on her beautiful face. And I can't take full
Oh,
credit for it,
stop
but
it.
it makes me feel
Your
good
ladies
inside.
are way too flattering. Okay. Okay.
If only
Everybody's
somebody had
beautiful
done this
and
for me. Oh,
everyone is beautiful in this chat.
I am hoping after you end the live, we stay on panel for a minute because, guys, I got some questions. Like,
well, I'm not
blew
going
my
to bed,
mind with
so
these laws.
Okay,
I
well,
will
And
be.
I'm gonna have to like
do
sit
you
there
wanna
revisit
end this
everything. Like, I
live
have,
and
Yeah, we
so
can, and then we
panel?
can just chit chat. You
Yeah,
guys,
there's some things I want to say that I don't want to say
we'll
live.
keep it private. So, everyone that's here, we got to thank you big time because you all cared enough to listen to our problems, our thoughts, the things that's happened in our lives, our tragedies, what brought us all together, what brought us to true crime, and what brought us to this whole situation. And everything happens for a reason. You're here for a reason. I mean, we had like at one point 20-some people listening to us just talk about our lives, not about any of this crazy nonsense. And I know that's not a lot, but you got to think we didn't advertise it nowhere. It was just very random, and people just come in and they stayed. So I think we can do good for many people. And if this has helped you, I'm so grateful.
I was listening to all of y'all when shit was going down, and it was a lifesaver, to be honest.
Oh my God, your little eyes are just twinkling. I'm gonna cry. I get really emotional and sappy. I'm like the biggest.
No, me too.
because you're an empath. You're an empath. You can't help it.
I feel literally like I absorb everybody's emotions. Like if I'm around somebody that's sad, I'm instantly sad for them and trying to fix it, But I think everyone, and we'll stay on. But you guys, let us know when you like how often you'd want us to do this, and like what day of the week or something. We'll do a poll. Each of us will do a poll on our channels, and we'll go bouncing from each one, or maybe we'll even create a channel. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
I have a new channel that I can launch here in a second.
We'll figure
So
that
we'll
out.
talk
Yeah,
about that. Yeah,
we'll put up a
we
poll
can
and
put that all
stuff,
together,
and we'll
I
figure
will
it
share
out.
proceeds because I'm not here for money.
Yeah, we're good. Well, this is like, anyways, when you're helping people and doing things, it doesn't matter. We're not here for the money, but the money does help when you're working hard. And I don't ever come down, like Andy Signor always says, I'm not going to let somebody shame me for doing hard work and this is entertainment. We are taking over mainstream. Nobody wants to watch that. They want to see you, me, you, all of us in our real lives and what really, real things. They don't want this
This is
bullshit
a
agenda.
new real life
no,
TV
I agree
show.
with that.
I'm sorry that came out so wrong because I know there are people that are really looking like for that they just like I'm so sorry that came out wrong.
For what?
No.
I just want to make sure like
shit comes out. It's
no, then there's just for me. Like I'm not. I mean, I'd love to make some money, but whatever.
It's okay. It's okay.
You know what? As a creator, you should make money.
Yes, you should.
Because money
100%.
Yeah, money does help.
Like my AdSense people are saying, "Oh, she's
you're putting time into
banned.
it." Yeah,
exactly.
No, I could. You think this channel was made before my other channel? This channel is connected to the same AdSense that channel. Do you think that this channel would still exist? No. And they've got my social security number like attached to each one. And this new one, I can profit from it. I could profit from this one if they could figure out what the hell to fix. But I could show you the error code. I put it on Twitter for them, and they just don't know what the hell's wrong because on the YouTube side, see, Google AdSense, they don't do much. They just like you could talk to them, but they don't really have a lot to offer. When you go to YouTube, you can go to Twitter and talk with them. That's the most help I've gotten, and I've gotten farther because before it was all locked up. But yeah, so what I'm saying is I'm not banned or blocked. I would not be here if I were. Definitely.
We got a super chat.
Super chat. But it's okay to make money. And, I wouldn't make money off of certain content that I do create. But this is something that, if we generate enough AdSense, like commercials and whatnot, we deserve that work. Or if somebody wants to contribute, we've helped
100%. Yeah.
And other YouTubers, I applaud them because they are starting a career. One day, this is going to be it.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that shit no more.
Well, and if people are interested in the whole metaphysical realm of like healing and wellness, that is something that I'm already super connected into with some really amazing people. that will give me resources that will help monetize channels like this.
And that's another thing,
Yeah.
the
Like, they will help
resources. We can
you
get
with that kind of
sponsorships
stuff.
with like that, what's it called? The where you call in and talk to psychiatrists and stuff. That would be really good for this. And just
Oh yeah,
providing
better
resources
help.
and sponsors.
Yeah.
BetterHelp.
Help.
That's it. Yeah,
Mhm.
BetterHelp.
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn, he's a
Oh
really
man,
good
I
actor.
tried signing up for that. It was like $250 though.
Does it? I thought it accepted
I
insurance.
tried it.
But it
I
wasn't
tried
like
it.
weekly though. For $250,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
Jesus, for
whole
me,
hour
that's
weekly.
bad. Oh
I
my
don't have
God,
that
my
kind of
electric bill's
money.
$250, and I'm like,
I
how the hell am I
mean,
going
I'd
to
spend
pay this?
$10,000 eventually for them to say you're okay.
Yeah.
And then for me to wake up
Yeah.
one day and say, "Oh wait, I think I'm okay."
I tried
Yeah.
it. I really liked the therapist that I was with. Oh,
Mhm.
that was cute. That was cute, Brittany. I totally knew what you were doing.
No idea what's happening here.
Trying to
It's
be a
your hubby.
good influence.
So anyways, I lost my train of thought.
We were talking about like
Signing
Oh,
up.
BetterHelp.
sponsorships,
BetterHelp.
BetterHelp,
Yeah.
So
and it
I
helped you.
really like the therapist, but then she had to be gone, and then it was like, okay, and now I have to stick to a new one after I told you my whole
Mhm.
life story, and I've been
So they
with
give you a new one?
Yeah, so and I've been with her for over a month, and then now they ended up like giving the new one, so I was like, bye.
So I thought that I didn't. Oh my God! See, that sucks because I thought if you get one, you like them, you could keep them. But if you wanted to switch, you could. Yeah.
Well, it's a secondary
No,
job.
you
for people,
switch.
so
You
it's-
could switch if you wanted to.
Right, but they switched you.
Yeah.
What, did the person quit or
Because-
something?
But anyways, hey,
Yeah, let's go. All right. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe to each of our channels, please. And thank you for so much for all your support, for being here, for listening to us. And if you have something on your heart, when we do come back, we want to hear about it. We want you don't have to show your face. You don't have to say your name. It can be completely anonymous. Or if you do want to show your face and stuff, you're very welcome to, and we will be here for you no matter what. If you've been bullied, it doesn't matter what it is. If you're going through emotional, whatever, we'll be here. We love you guys. Make sure you subscribe. Please hit the like button before you go out. Toodles. All right, bye.